Urgent. My sister's YouTube channel at Renovative has been hacked. Please be aware of any strange or unusual content posted on her channel as it is no longer under her control. We urge you to subscribe to her new channel, Rena Fiction, to avoid any confusion or misinformation. Thank you for your understanding and support during this difficult time. Hello to all lovers of lemon scenes. I invite you all to my boosty so you can watch your favorite Naruto What If stories in complete comfort. A subscription to Naruto Lemon, the first video with a full lemon, is already on my boosty channel. Dare! Prologue. Everything starts as according to the canon, Konoha is attacked by a masked man, Obito, and takes control of the fox. The fourth Hokage Minato Namikaze and Kushina Uzumaki, sacrificing themselves, seal the fox completely in Naruto. Due to Minato's mistake in the seals, Minato wanted to seal one half of the fox in Naruto and the other half in Naruto. But in the end Minato made a mistake and sealed the fox in Naruto. 6 years later, brother, get up, said Naruto's sister lying next to him. Just wait for 5 minutes. Naruto said in a sleepy voice. No, you can't, run up dat.e. Naruto said, I'm getting up. Well databe. Naruto said. Naruto went to do water treatments. Naruto came after him and then to the kitchen to cook breakfast. Soon Sasuke's brother will come for you for training. Naruto said, standing in the kitchen. Okay, no-chan. Naruto said, starting to eat breakfast on both cheeks. After 2 hours, Uchiha showed up at the house, and called Naruto to the training ground. After Naruto left, Naruto went shopping. Naruto and Sasuke trained until the evening. Naruto had a bad feeling after the end of training. Naruto's POV. Brother Naru went to training with Sasuke. I went to the store for shopping after 3 hours. The bags were heavy, but I could almost carry them home, if not for 5 drunken chunins. Oh, look at it, this same stupid sister of the demonic. Guys, maybe we'll have fun with her until this demon comes to her rescue. I had a little too much today, said the man. The other 4 supported him, but Naruto was not so simple. Dropping the bags, she hit the main one in the balls. He bent over. Damn bitch, I'm going to kill you, Chunin shouted, taking out a kunai. Guys, hold her. The chief shouted, but 3 had already passed out and were sleeping on the road. Okay, I'll manage on my own, Takamatsu, keep an eye on the lookout, so that no one is there, said the chief. Okay, Kira, I'll wait, said Takamatsu. Kira abruptly grabbed Naruto by her long hair and hit her head against the wall 3 times, blood gushed out, but he did not stop, hit her in the stomach with a kunai 5 times and let go. Kira turned his head and saw Takamatsu falling with his throat cut. End POV. Naruto screamed, seeing his bloody sister rushing to Naruto's opponent, cut his throat, who, in turn, could not do anything because of Naruto's heavy aura. Naruto ran up to Naruto and took her in his arms. She was bleeding and losing consciousness. Naru-chan, don't cry. I'm glad I was your sister and lived with you. I'm sorry I was weak. I love you, brother. Naruto croaked. Naruto. No, don't die. Please don't leave me alone. Naruto shouted while crying. You won't be alone, Naru-chan. You have Sasuke. He's like a brother to you too. Be his brother instead of Itachi. Naruto said in a weak voice. No, Naruto, I don't want to lose you. Naruto's aura began to intensify and the fox's chakra enveloped him. Naruto died in Naruto's arms. Naruto walked up to Kira's body and struck right into the body. Kira's body shattered into pieces. Everyone in the village felt Naruto's aura. Naruto lost consciousness. In 3 days Konoha Hospital. Danzo and Hiruzen were tearing up and throwing after they heard the news that Naruto's sister was killed by chunins. Danzo wanted to lock them in a torture chamber, but Naruto beat him to it, killing the attackers. Naruto was taken to the hospital. Sasuke came to him and waited for Naruto to wake up. Naruto had a nervous breakdown due to the death of his sister. He was in a coma. Meanwhile, Naruto has a subconscious. Where am I? Naruto asked. It's like I'm in hell. My sister was killed, and I couldn't prevent it. Naruto said with a blank look, you're a kid in your subconscious, but not in hell. An unfamiliar voice said, who are you? And where are you? Naruto asked a question, who am I? I am the nine-tailed demon fox Kyubi no Yoko. The fox said proudly, and where am I? Right behind you. Turn around Uzumaki Naruto. Kyubi said. Naruto turned around and saw a huge fox with 9 tails, but Naruto was not afraid, but just looked at the fox. The fox in turn was surprised. Aren't you afraid of me? The fox asked the question, why should I be afraid of you? You don't look angry, you're quite handsome and cute. Naruto said, how are you? But the fox did not let Naruto finish, interrupting him. You didn't attack the village on your own, did you? Yes. I was controlled by this masked man. I would never have attacked the village if it wasn't for the control. The fox shouted, who is this masked man? Is it because of him that my parents died? Naruto asked a question. He introduced himself as Madara, although he is not. Yes, it was because of him that your parents and Naruto died, said the fox. Who are they? My parents? Naruto asked a question. Your mother is Kushina Uzumaki, and your father is Minato Namikaze. The fox replied. Naruto stared at the fox. What? It's true. Naruto asked a question. Yes, it's true, said the fox. Clearly, I will avenge my parents to this masked man, and I will avenge my sister. Naruto said, with a chill in his voice. What's your name? Naruto asked. Kyubi is not your name, but a nickname. Added Naruto. My name is Kurama. Said the fox. Nice to meet Kurama. Naruto said, listen, aren't you cramped here? Is it possible to change this cell to something else? Naruto asked. Yes, you can imagine anything. Kurama replied. Naruto imagined a huge forest and the night sky. In the center was a clearing with a fox lying next to a tree. Thanks Naruto. Said the fox, since you have trusted me, then I will trust you too. I will show you my real appearance. Kurama said. Starting the transformation, Kurama began to transform before Naruto's eyes, and suddenly a minute later a tall girl with red eyes and a vertical pupil in them stood in front of Naruto. She had red hair, long nails resembling claws. Wow. Naruto said, you are a very beautiful sister of Kurama, little sister? The fox asked again. She did not notice that tears flowed down her cheeks, because no one had called her that before. She went up to Naruto and hugged him, pressing his face to his magnificent chest. Thank you Naruto-chan, Kurama said. It's time for you to go. Kurama added in a sad voice, well see you Sasuke. Naruto replied. Naruto woke up in the ward and saw that Sasuke was sitting next to him with an empty look and bruises under his eyes. He was not sleeping, he was waiting for Naruto to wake up. Sasuke, what are you doing here? The blonde man gave his voice. Naruto, you're finally awake. Sasuke said, yes, I woke up. Naruto said coldly, and I'm leaving the hospital, because no one here cares about me. Naruto said, what do the doctors care about the demon? Naruto said with a psycho smile. Sasuke walked up to Naruto and hugged him. Naruto is my best friend, everything is fine as long as I'm with you. Sasuke said, thanks to Sasuke. Naruto said, after 6 years, the Hokage residence, there was a third person sitting at the table with Danzo next to him. Naruto, you will need to leave Konoha for 4 years, after which you will enter the Yokai Academy. Hiruzen said, why would I go there? Hiruzen herself. Naruto asked, the point is to keep you and Sasuke safe. Danzo took the floor and continued, since you know the whole truth about yourself, you Naruto know who your parents are, you know that you are a Jinchuriki fox, Sasuke knows about Itachi's mission and who is involved in it, Hamura and Koharu simply won't let you live, you pose a threat to them, as well as to Konoha. Danzo said, what's the problem with just not killing them? Naruto asked the question coldly. You're too weak. Danzo began, these two freaks used Hashirama cells on themselves with the help of Orochimaru. Hamura transplanted Sharingans into his hand, but even if we want to execute them, we will sign the death sentence ourselves. Danzo said, they are supported by the daimyo and some other advisors of the daimyo, so when you come from the academy, then we'll talk, maybe you'll even kill them yourself along with the daimyo. Danzo said with a smile, okay Danzo-sama. Naruto said, oh Naruto, you don't change, just Danzo. Danzo said, alright, old man. Naruto said with a grin, you're kidding me. Naruto, I'm only 65, I'm still full of energy. Danzo shouted in anger, yes, I understand, let's get down to business. Naruto tempered his ardor, since you are 12 years old together with Sasuke and you are the former best students of the academy, as well as the strongest team of genins, and just best friends and rivals. Danzo began, Hiruzen and I thought that Sasuke would travel with Jiraiya, and you and Iruka would go to Tokyo for 3 years, during which time you would study with him. After that at 15, you enter the Yokai Academy, and study there for 3 years. Danzo said, old man, you made a little mistake, I will leave Konoha for 6 years and come at 18, not for 4 years, and you still say that you are full of strength. Naruto quipped, exactly, I should have slept more. Stop Naruto, you called me an old man again. Danzo shouted, okay, that's enough, I got it, I'm going to say goodbye to Kakashi-sensei and Sasuke and Naruto and Shisui. Shisui was like a sister to Naruto, the moment of their acquaintance will be written later, Sister Naru, I miss you, I want you to be there. Naruto said, starting to cry. And you Shisui, how could you die at the hands of these old men? Fool! I hate you. Take me with you, I can't live without you. Naruto said, falling to his knees. Naruto went home after 10 minutes, so you're leaving. Sasuke said in a sad voice, yes, for 6 years, maybe we'll see you when, no matter what. Naruto said, I will look forward to our meeting, brother. Sasuke said, hugging Naruto. Me too, good luck with training, I will wait for our revenge. Naruto said. After 15 minutes, Naruto and Iruka left Konoha. Further actions of Naruto will be described in the first person. Arriving in Tokyo, I was surprised, yes, it's beautiful here. I said, yeah, well, let's go, we need to find our apartment. Said Iruka, by the way, did you give Konohamaru a scroll? Iruka asked, damn, I forgot. I rubbed the back of my head. Arriving at the apartment, which was in a multi-story building with an elevator, having settled down in the room and eaten, I went to the room. Sitting on the bed in the lotus position, I fell into the subconscious, hi Kurama. I greeted the fox by sitting down near the tree with her, hi, brother. Kitsune hugged me, you will go to the Demon Academy, there is a friend of mine there, he will help you with training. Kurama said, I see, maybe at least I won't be alone there. I said, resting my head on the fox's shoulder, maybe. Kurama replied, after talking for a few more hours, I came out of my subconscious. The next day, I started scroll training with Iruka. After 4 years, after 2 years of living in Tokyo, Iruka was called to Konoha. Sand and Sound attacked the leaf. For the remaining 2 years, I lived alone, talking to Kurama that I trained, improved chakra control and studied techniques, Naruto techniques. Shadow cloning of 10 to 15 clones, does not know the plural, substitution, henge, excellent, throws shurikens and kunai, futon. Rush, Kato is a fireball, because of the Kurama chakra, futon wind blade, futon vacuum bullets, futon vacuum barrier, Kato phoenix flowers. Thanks to old Danzo, I learned wind techniques. Thanks to Sasuke, I studied fire with Kakashi. Naruto, aren't you going to miss the bus? Kurama asked, no. I answered, jumping on the roofs, getting on the bus that was empty. I sat in the front seat. Young man, is this your first time at Demono College? The driver asked. Yes, for the first time. I answered, then be careful, there you can experience fear. The driver warned me, thanks. I smiled. After 20 minutes, I arrived at my destination, yeah, beautifully. I said. The bus dropped me off in front of a scarecrow with a pumpkin head. At a distance of a mile or two I saw the outline of a building that I assumed must be the academy. Waving my hand to the driver, I went ahead along the path that led into the forest. The letter from Hokage said only that in the next 3 years I will study at a very special academy. I will not be allowed to leave the academy until graduation, after which I will return to Konoha to take my place as a leaf ninja and serve the village. In the meantime, I had to follow the school rules and at least take lessons. I thought about it, remembering the conversation with Danzo and the third, and the additional letter that they gave me with them. Old man Hiruzen, you died defending a rotten village. I clenched my teeth. Naruto-chan will be fine. Kurama calmed me down. Thank you, sister. I replied, look out. Naruto turned around just in time to see a beautiful girl staring at him before she crashed into him on her bike. Both fell in a heap, tumbling. When they finally stopped, Naruto found himself lying face to face on the most beautiful girl he had ever seen. She had long pink hair and amazing green eyes, and she was wearing the same green school uniform as him. He also slowly realized that he could feel her breasts pressing against his chest. I'm sorry, I quickly got off her and sat down. I didn't mean to. The girl sat up and gave me a shy and embarrassed smile. No, I'm the one who should apologize. I felt a little weak due to anemia. She looked at me a little surprised. Oh, you're bleeding. I reached out and touched my cheek. Of course there was some blood there. Don't worry. I said. To my surprise, the girl suddenly leaned forward, bringing her face only a few inches closer. From the fact that there was such a beautiful girl next to me, my heart beat faster, and I suddenly felt very warm. Your scent. As she spoke, I could feel her hot breath on my skin. That's right, delicious. Suddenly, without warning, she pressed her lips to my throat, and I felt a bite. Nanny. I was surprised. In fact it wasn't that painful, I was just surprised that a beautiful girl wanted to bite me. The girl broke away from my neck. The girl, meanwhile, blushed and seemed almost euphoric. Oh. Thank you so much. Your blood is simply delicious. I stared at her. Are all cute girls so weird? Did you just drink my blood? I asked in perplexity. Now, looking a little embarrassed, she nodded. Yes, I'm sorry I didn't ask before, it's just that you smelled so delicious that I just couldn't resist. She smiled. You see, I'm a vampire. A vampire? I asked again. Something in his tone made her worry. Don't you like vampires? She asked worriedly. I smiled. Strange or not, she was very nice, and she really talked to me. Does it depend on whether all vampires are as cute as you? I asked with a smile. She immediately blushed. Seeing that I embarrassed her, he rubbed the back of his head and hoped that he hadn't ruined everything. It seems like I had a real gift for saying the wrong things to girls. Remembering how many times I injected kurama into the paint, with my own compilations. I'm sorry, I was just joking, of course I have nothing against vampires. I looked away for a second. They're not the ones I hate. I added in a low voice. She was a little surprised by his answer, but was relieved that he didn't dislike her automatically. In that case, would you like to be my friend? The girl asked. Of course. I couldn't believe my luck. I haven't been here more than 5 minutes, and I've already made friends with this incredibly beautiful, albeit delusional girl. Who in their right mind would imagine themselves to be a vampire? With a satisfied smile, the girl introduced herself. I'm Acacia Moka. I'm Naruto Uzumaki. I answered. Are you as new as I am? Moka asked and I nodded. Well, then let's go to the academy or we'll be late. Moka was alarmed. She's the same as I was when I was a kid. It flashed through my mind, that's wonderful. I was very worried because I was all alone, but now I will have someone to communicate with. Moka said, walking beside me. I looked at her in surprise. I don't think a pretty girl like you would have to worry about being alone. I immediately regretted my words, as the girl suddenly blushed again and looked away. Why do I always say something wrong? I wondered. In any case, Moka, I would be very happy to talk to you. I said with a smile. She looked back at him shyly and nodded. As the two of them headed towards the academy, I felt some hope for a good future. Even though I spent most of the way to the academy looking at Moki's beautiful face, I managed to notice a few things that were a little strange. Firstly, despite the fact that it was still morning, the sky was overcast, which seemed to be night. On the other side of the tunnel it was light, there was not a cloud in the sky. I also noted that the academy seemed to be surrounded by a number of cemeteries. Again and again we passed tombstones and far more disturbing human skulls. I had no idea what local customs or religious beliefs might be, but I couldn't think of a reason to leave human skulls lying unburied. I thought about pointing out some of them, but decided not to. Moka didn't seem to pay attention to what was going on around her as she eagerly told me about everything she hoped to do here at school. It was such a new experience when a beautiful girl was talking to me that I decided not to do anything to ruin it. The closer we got, the more I worried about the appearance of the academy itself. The academy was one large building located on a high cliff. It reminded Naruto most of a haunted mansion from some old black and white horror movie. He imagined that some rich old man must have donated the building and land to the school. There's no way someone would actually design a high school to look like this. When Naruto and Moka arrived at the main entrance, they joined the stream of other new students, all of them wearing the same uniform and looking a little lost. Seeing the other students, Naruto calmed down a little. Naruto began to wonder if he and Moka were lost and if they were approaching someone's estate. When Moka and I were taken to the hall for the opening ceremony, they separated. Moka looked back at him and waved her hand, shouting that she would find him later. I waved back weakly, watching her being swallowed up by the crowd. Well, that's it, most likely I will never see her again, and if I do, there will be a dozen guys around her. A nice girl like her will not have any problems with making friends. I stood up among the crowd. Oh, it seems someone has fallen in love? Kurama asked sarcastically. Nothing like that. I objected. After a long and boring speech about growing up and the need for organization and hard work and blah, 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 I ran away to try to find my homeroom. I was relieved to find that inside the academy everything was completely different from outside. Everything looked clean and in good condition, the corridors were wide and well lit. It was not difficult for me to find my homeroom. Inside there were familiar wooden chairs and desks like in Konoha. The teacher had scrawled a huge "Welcome" on a large blackboard, and other new students were talking excitedly around him. Maybe it won't be so bad. I was a cool clown and a joker at my old school in Konoha. I was sure I could wear the same mask here. I just needed to fit in for the next few years and take courses. Soon after the students sat down, the teacher came from the homeroom. She was a young blonde with glasses and a strange hairstyle. 2 tufts of hair stuck out almost like a pair of shaggy ears. She smiled at them and asked them to calm down. The very first impression for me was that she looked like a typical flighty blonde, but cute enough. As soon as the class calmed down, she introduced herself. Hello everyone and welcome to the Yokai Academy. I am your teacher Shizuka Nikome. I think you all know this already, but this is a school built for the monsters to attend it. Shizuka finished, and with that, the boring, welcome to school, speech became something else. I sat down and really started paying attention. What did she just say? I looked around the room and saw how everyone else took it calmly. Is it just me, or is everyone here crazy? I muttered, "You're at the Demon Academy, it's not just a name, demons really study here." Kurama said, "Really?" I asked again. "You will find out everything in the future, if you get the opportunity." Kurama said and broke the connection, "Since you are demons, you need to be in human form, you need to study the cultures and activities of people." Shizuka said that I noticed that several demons have accepted this with the exception of one and maybe devour these people and that's the end of it? Saizo asked, "No Saizo Komiya." Shizuka said, "I don't like him. I made a note to myself not to mess with this type, I'm sorry." I entered Moka Omote's office. I got lost after the ceremony. Moka smiled at Omote. "Sit down at an empty seat." Shizuka said. Moka Omote ran her eyes around the office and noticed me, then rushed to me. "Naruto, we're in the same class." She flew up to me. "Yes, I'm glad too." I answered. The boring and tedious time of one lesson has passed. There were no classes today, as it was the first day of school. When the training ended, Moka Omote dragged me around the campus. We turned the corner. "Moka Acacia, my name is Saizo Komiya." Saizo introduced himself, grabbing my jacket and pinning me against the wall. "What is such a beauty doing with such a sucker?" Saizo asked. "Let's go have fun, and let this one stay behind." Saizo said, grabbing his wrist. I twist his arm and kick him in the stomach with my foot, throwing him against the wall. "Get out of here," I said, snatching the kunai as if from nowhere. Over the years of training, I have become adept at hiding weapons. Saizo's eyes ran over Moki's body. "I'm having fun with Naruto-kun." Moka Omote took my hand and dragged me. "Let's go to investigate." Moka Omote said cheerfully, "Thank you Naruto-kun for standing up for me." Moka Omote thanked me. "Not for what?" I answered, "Naruto, what kind of demon are you?" Moka Omote asked, "Well, do you really want to know?" I asked, "Well, not that, it just wouldn't be fair. I said who I am, and you didn't." Moka Omote pouted. "I am a chakra-wielding person, I am a ninja of the Hidden Leaf Village." I answered, "And it can't be, you shouldn't have come here, they'll kill you if they find out." Moka said to Omote with concern. "It's okay, the director knows about me." I calmed Moka down. "That's good." Moka smiled. "No. This is bad." Saizo said as he walked out into the clearing where the bus stop was. Standing between Saizo and Moka, I discard my jacket. "For convenience, you're finished, weakling." Saizo said. Saizo glanced at Moki's body, licked his lips, and began to transform. Saizo's body grew to become 4 meters tall. Saizo's body was a mountain of muscles. Snatching 2 kunai, I turned around. "Run Moka. I don't want you to get hurt, please run," I said, rushing at Saizo. Moka Omote stopped dead in her tracks. "He cares about me, even though he knows nothing at all." Moka smiled at Omote. Saizo struck with a huge hand, under which I ducked, hitting him in the side with 2 kunai. Saizo's skin was like concrete. The kunai bounced off without causing any damage. "It tickles." Saizo threw me away with the back of his hand, crashing into a tree. I slid down it. Moka Omote ran up to me, laying my head on her lap. "I told you, run silly," I said weakly. Saizo was approaching, wanting to push Moka away. I grabbed the cross. Linka demonic aura passed through the clearing. That I saw Moka changing, turning from a teenager into an adult girl. She became even more beautiful, silver hair, red eyes with a vertical pupil. Saizo froze. "A huge aura of power, it's like in the legends you're a vampire," Saizo said with a shudder. "Well, do you still want to touch me? Just take me by force if you can." Moka grinned. "Hooray, fuck you. I won't let you humiliate yourself in front of some bitch." Saizo overcame his fear and rushed to Moka. "You futon vacuum bullets." I folded the seals, firing a dozen bullets into Saizo's body. The armor on Saizo's body cracked, Moka turned into a blur and sent Saizo flying with one blow. Saizo broke several trees, crashing into the last. He fell unconscious. A weakling like you is not worthy even of my contempt, know your place. Moka said hurrah, turning in my direction and coming up to me. It was necessary to apply techniques right away, and not to play with him. I groaned, leaning against a tree. Are you okay, Uzumaki Naruto? Moka hurrah asked, coming face to face with me. It's okay, Moka, I'm recovering quickly. I answered. Blood dripped from my lip. I wanted to stop the bleeding with a chakra, healing the wound. Moka hurrah gently ran her finger over my lip, licked her finger, and your blood is really something. Said Moka hurrah, don't be afraid of me Naruto, I don't want to hurt you, stay with the sentimental Moka a little longer until we see each other again. Moka said hurrah, taking the cross and hanging it around her neck. Picking up the unconscious Moka in my arms, I carried her to her room in the women's dormitory. I woke up early in the morning from a nightmare, looking at the clock that showed 5 o'clock in the morning. I got up. Damn. They're burning me again, drowning me, cutting me. I clenched my teeth. Is Naruto having a nightmare again? Kurama asked. Yes again. I'll practice. I answered, going to the bathroom. After washing up, I made a light breakfast. After eating it, I left the room. A mile away from the dorm, I went into the woods. Noticing a tall tree, I began to climb it with my feet, impregnating them with chakra. I repeated the procedure 10 more times, taking the emphasis lying down. I did 100 push-ups. After a couple of seconds of rest, I did 5 sets 100 times. Let's start, I said, and began to fold the signs with my hands. Kato the fireball. I blew out of my mouth a ball with a diameter of 4 by 4 meters, which, after passing 4 meters, exploded, setting fire to the nearest trees, where a girl with a square hairstyle was peeping at our hero in the forest. Damn, I forgot where it is. Yukari took out a book about people with supernatural gifts. He's definitely a ninja. Shinobi. Yukari screamed in her mind. Moka felt that Naruto was not in his room, decided to walk through the forest and find him. Going to the place of explosions and pops, she found Naruto, who was fighting against his spears. Wow. Moka Omoto was surprised, dodging the attacks of the clones. I kicked and punched, dispelled them, taking out the kunai. I cut both clones' throats at full speed, scattering them in a cloud of smoke. Starting to fold the seals at the moment of the turn, I exhaled a windy stream, blowing away the clone coming to me from the back. By adding the element of fire, I created a stream of flame that burned the clone. His level of techniques is simply huge. Yukari was surprised. The last clone sent me into a tree with a roundhouse kick. I coughed up blood. I throw kunai towards the clone somersaults away from the kunai, sending a fireball at me. I swore, jumping into the air. Futon wind blade. I folded the seals, directing oblique arcs of wind towards the clone, which cut it into pieces, after which the clone dissipated. I landed on my feet, breathing heavily. Damn, you need to train more. In hand-to-hand, sparring with Sasuke has borne fruit, but this is not enough, I said, clenching my fist. Naruto, it was amazing. Moka Omote screamed, thank you or something. I scratched the back of my head. 2 elements, good hand-to-hand combat skills. I think he can protect Omote at the right moment. Moka said hurrah. After watching Naruto train through the cross. A couple of hours passed. Moka and I were sitting in my room drinking tea. After a couple of hours of conversation, we headed to the academy. I was walking on the ceiling upside down. Almost all the students in the hall of the academy had their jaws dropped. Cool, how did he do it? Does it, too? The students spoke, jumping down from the ceiling, doing a backflip. I found myself on the side of Moki. Naruto, how are you not dizzy? Moka Omote asked. I'm used to it. I answered, it's Naruto possible, your blood? Moka Omote asked, you can. I smiled. The students who saw it began to envy that such a beauty bites not them but Naruto. After a couple of minutes, a little girl ran up to us. Are you Naruto Uzumaki? Yukari asked. Yes. I answered. Are you Moka Acacia? Yukari asked, looking at Moka Omote. Yeah, what's your name? Moka asked with a smile. Yukari Sendo, nice to meet you. Yukari smiled. Naruto, are you really a shinobi? Yukari asked in a whisper so as not to give me away. Yeah, did you peek? I asked. Well, a little, it's just that if we become friends, I could help you with new techniques. Yukari said, of course we will, but not because of your help, let's just become friends, and when I need help, I will turn to you. I answered with a smile, thank you very much Moka-san Naruto-san. Yukari smiled, it's just that I'm not that old. Moka spread her arms wide, just call me Naruto, too. I smiled, okay. Yukari answered. After running around the offices after the call, we went into the office and sat down at our desks. New techniques, I'll have to ask her for a favor later. I thought, writing down the dictation of the teacher. After school, Moka ran off somewhere with Yukari, and I decided to take a walk. While I was walking, I heard pleas for help. Whoever please, help, eh? I looked around. Whoever help. A woman's voice was heard from the forest, heading into the woods. I followed the voice, trying to find the girl. It wasn't hard to find her. She was sitting under a tree and looking at me with such a vulnerable expression. She was obviously a student. She was wearing the same short skirt as all the girls and a yellow sweater. She had blue hair, and I couldn't help but notice that she had absolutely huge breasts. Help me, please. She called weakly, please give me your hand. I just suddenly felt sick. She held out her hand to him. Of course, I carefully helped her up. Are you all right? Do you want to go to the infirmary? I asked. Oh, thank you, she said gratefully. I've always had a weak body. Standing there, she seemed to be swaying slightly. My chest suddenly started to hurt. Without warning, she seemed to lean forward and collapse into his arms. Please hold me tight. I could feel her huge breasts pressing against me, hugging her. The girl began to rub against me. What the fuck is she doing? I screamed in my head, oh, how caring you are. She looked at me with eyes of the most amazing purple shade. Something in her eyes seemed to be holding me in place. I am Kurono Kurumu. Skazazla Kuruma, and continued, please be a good friend to me. What is it like they're trying to subdue me? Is it genjutsu? I was surprised. Strengthening the flow of the chakra, I threw it away from me, with a gust of chakra wind. That he broke my spell? It can't be, I was created to have men as my slaves. Kurumu was surprised. Sorry, I do not know what you wanted to do with me, but I have to go. I turned around. Hey, what about my breasts? Kurumu shouted, puffing out her chest. Damn Acacia Moka, how can her charms be stronger than mine? Nothing Naruto, soon you will be mine. Kurumu licked her lips. I will do so that you hate Moka and come to me, but it won't be soon. Kurumu's eyes flashed with an unkind light. Evening 16 hours that I went into the room, when suddenly I saw a girl with blue hair on her bed. Here you are. Sang Kuruma, what are you doing here? I asked. I came to take you for myself. She undid the last button on Kuruma's shirt, showing her bare chest. Restraining my emotions, I kept my composure. Wow, Naru-chan, you're doing great. Kurama smiled. Kara, I love another girl, I don't need this stranger. I answered the fox, because of such words, I want to kiss you. Kurama said, get out of my room. I said. You don't want me? She ran her hand over her big chest. I am very flexible and malleable, you can have me anywhere, especially since I am a virgin in all places. She smiled at Kurum. No, I love someone else. I said. How dare you reject me? Released the claws of Kuruma. Kurumu rushed at Naruto. I'll kill you. Kuruma stretched out her left hand with claws towards Naruto's stomach. Grabbing Kurumu's hand with my left, I pulled it towards me. Grabbing her breast with my right hand, I began to squeeze her. under her moans, squeezing harder, digging my nails into her flesh, I heard Kuromu's painful moan. "I'm not interested in whores like you," I said with a cold look. "You wanted to kill me, what can I do to end your miserable existence?" I asked, putting a kunai to her throat. "And no, don't, I'll leave." Kuromu pleaded. "Then go away and don't you dare perform such tricks on me," I said, releasing her. Kuromu left in tears. "Serves her right," Kurama said, pulling me into the subconscious, hugging me. She kissed me on the lips. "You called me Kura, you haven't called me that for a long time, brother." She hugged me with her kitsune tails. "You'll crush it," I croaked. After talking with Kurama, I came out of my subconscious a little more. Before that I kissed her on the cheek and wished her good night. I have several people who do not let me fall into the darkness. Hiruzen, who is no longer with me, Danzo, Konohamaru, Sasuke, Kurama, and now there is a girl Moka with whom I fell in love. "Sis, are you awake?" I asked Kurama, lying on the bed with my head in my hands. "No, what is Naru?" Kurama asked. "Can demons love?" I asked. "Yes, they can, I'm an example of that." Kurama replied. "So I have a chance for happiness." I smiled. "Yes, there is, you will always have it. Good night Naru-chan." Kurama said. "Sweet dreams." I said, closing my eyes. That I got up in the morning and went to the bathroom. Washing my face distracted me. Meow meow. Damn, the cat wants to eat, it needs to be fed. Note: after Kurama was kicked out, Naruto went for a walk. There was a kitten sitting next to the forest and cemetery, which Naruto picked up and bought him food. After feeding the cat, I went to the sofa and sat in the lotus position, starting to concentrate the chakra. POV Moka Omote. After doing water treatments and having breakfast, damn Naruto, taught me to eat people. Leaving the kitchen, I turned my head to the right and saw Naruto sitting in the lotus position. I saw that there was a red chakra around Naruto, enveloping him, usually the same chakra, blue. Naruto, what is the exception? Moka Omote saw a cat that sat on Naruto's lap. The cat Milata. Moka Omote screamed. Moka Hara barely restrained herself from saying the same thing. Red chakra, and you are an unusual Naruto Uzumaki, said Moka Hara. Hooray for what? Omote asked. Nothing, the red chakra is very rare, be careful, warned Hara. Naruto is good and kind, why don't you trust him? Omote asked. I trust him, what makes you think I don't? Asked Hara in response. And I'm well this. She scratched the back of her head. Okay, I'm going to sleep, said Hara. End POV mock, be at home, Kushi. I told the cat. Meow. The cat looked at me with cunning eyes. Damn, if I could get out, I would squeeze this kitten. The chicken pouted. Ha ha ha, it's okay, I'll break Kumi's seal soon, or I'll take the key from Jiraiya. I replied to Kurama. I love you Naru-chan. Kurama said during the break. Moka, why are you so gloomy? I asked, standing on the roof. Why didn't you tell me that you have a cat? Moka Omote asked. Kushi. Burned down. I picked him up yesterday and fed him. Will you come to me after school? I asked. Yeah. Moka Omote answered happily. After the second lesson, lunch started. Moka and Yukari went to the dining room and started a conversation. Our heroes did not notice that 3 people were watching them. Damn trash. Sizdo hissed. So this one fucked you up? Maroha asked, weak in appearance, an easy target. Kirigakure grinned. After having lunch, Moka and I went to my house. We would have reached, if it wasn't for the 3 bastards. Stop. The transforming Sizdo took Moka by the shoulders. Moka. I cried out, let go of Saizo. Moka shouted to Omote, no, I won't let him, watch him die. The orc grinned, huh, idiot. I said, taking off Moki's cross. Not that, damn it. Saizo pleaded as he was thrown away by Ki's aura. The creature dared to touch me. Moka roared hooray. Well. Excuse me? Saizo spread his hands pitifully. Saizo didn't even notice the blow that shattered his ribs and sent him flying through a couple of trees. Before he could get up, she delivered a powerful blow right into his broken ribs, from which he flew through the air with a cry of pain. When he stopped again, she was standing over him, her foot pressing down on his neck, blocking the air. "You pathetic animal, how dare you attack me again? Do you dare to imagine that you pose some kind of threat to me? Don't ever look at me again, or I'll end your miserable life. Don't ever touch me again, even in your sleep. Know your place." With that, Moka Yura took her foot off his throat and instead kicked him in the ribs again, sending him flying. "What the fuck are you doing here?" I roared, pulling a black cat out of my jacket, simultaneously dodging 2 blades of Moroha. "Moka-san, hold him, please." I gently threw the cat into the hands of Yura, who picked him up in her arms, stroking him with a smile. "Really? She smiles." I was surprised. I screamed, hitting Kirigakura in the face, breaking his nose and throwing him into a tree that he broke. Kato the fireball. I folded the seals, sending the ball 5 by 5 meters in the direction of Kirigakura, dodging 2 of Moroha's blades. He kicked him in the stomach with a U-turn, throwing him 3 meters away from himself. "Ka. Bitch. Eh," said Moroha, putting a kunai to his throat. "If I see you again, I'll kill you and your 6s. I said in a cold voice. "Fuck you." Moroha did not have time to finish, as I pressed on his throat, letting blood. "Okay, okay. I'm leaving," shouted Moroka. "That's good, I don't want to kill in front of Moka," I said, putting away the kunai. Mohara took 2 and disappeared. "It seems that you will see each other again," Kurama said. "To hell with them," I answered, noticing the painting. I smiled. An adult Moka is stroking a kitten that is purring in her arms. "Do you like cats?" I asked, walking up to Moka. "Not only cats, but also dogs," said Moka. "Hurrah, and I thought you were cold, and not particularly kind." I said, "And I thought you were too kind, and you can't be like that." She looked at me with a hurrah. "I'll tell you later when the time comes." I became serious. "So it's a mask?" Moka grinned. "Hooray, and you, too." I made sure. "I'll tell you too when the time comes, thanks for the cat." Moka Hurrah smiled, showing her fangs with the corners of her lips. Moka Hurrah handed me the cat gently and hooked the cross. "See you later," said Moka Hurrah. "See you, Moka-san." I answered, "Just Moka Naruto." Moka said hurrah for the last time. The cat got on my head, picking up Moka in his arms. He brought her to the women's dormitory, putting her on the bed. Hooked. An aura lit up the room. "Am I your daughter on call?" Moka hissed. "Hooray, I'm sorry. I accidentally." I fell to my knees, bowing my head. The cat rushed, caressing Moka. "Okay, I'm sorry." Moka answered. "Hurrah, Naruto, do you like Omote?" Moka asked. "Hurrah." Suddenly that I didn't understand. "I see right through you. Let's just be honest. I hate liars. Yes, I love and not only Omote but also you," I answered. Moka Yura grinned. "She loves you too. You can kiss her, but if you come in, I'll kill you next. We both share this body, so you'll have to seduce me." Moka Hooray enjoyed watching me blush. Good. I answered. "I'll stay in this form for a while. Omote will give you the cat tomorrow," said Moka Hurrah. "Well, I don't mind, I'll see you tomorrow," I said and moved. Shunshin. And you are full of surprises, Naruto." Moka was surprised with a hurrah. "Sorry, Meadow." Saizo shouted on his knees. Saizo was taken by the throat and his neck was broken. Meadow released Saizo and smashed Saizo's head with his fist like a watermelon. "Which one of you two is next?" Meadow asked, transforming his hand. "No, we're friends," Maroka pleaded. "Then bring Moka to me tomorrow, and I'll show this vampire where she belongs." Meadow grinned. "Okay, we'll bring her along, right, Kirigakure?" Maroka asked, turning around. he noticed that his friend's body was falling without a head. Alone, you bring her here alone, do you understand? Meadow asked, why yes. Moroha answered, we, the exiles of Ayasha, will not tolerate disgrace and losses. Meadow shouted to the entire warehouse, yes. 10 to 15 voices echoed him that it's a wonderful morning, if it weren't for one crazy thing in my head, company rise. Train. Kurama shouted, literally flying out of bed, I collapsed on the floor, your soul Rikudo. I said, after washing up quickly, I went to the same forest where I had trained a few days earlier. Kato stream of fire. Folding the seals, I blew a stream of flame from my mouth, burning 4 trees, futon rush of death. I folded the seals, cutting 30 trees into stumps, you've come up with a new technique. Kurama cried out joyfully that I heard footsteps approaching from behind, but I didn't turn around, so I already started folding the seals. Kato futon is a hell of a pain. I sent a wave of flame towards the forest, which broke out. A cold wind blew, which blew away the flames, convenient. I said, as claws were digging into my shirt, Kushi climbed up on my shoulder, strong techniques. Moka said hurrah, leaning against a tree, thanks. I replied by beating off the clone's kunai, taking 3 kunai in his hand, he threw them at the clone, who did not expect this, kunai shadow clone. Out of 3 kunai, 30 turned out, a cry and a clap were heard, phew. I sighed, but it wasn't Kato the fireball. The clone said while in the air, damn it. I said, I'm sorry, Moka. I said, picking her up like a bride and jumped away, how could he jump so high? Moka was surprised with a hurrah, but when I saw the chakra on my feet, I relaxed, it's okay. Moka hurrah smiled, I'm gradually becoming sentimental, like an omote, although maybe it's for the best. I noticed a lot of changes in myself, putting Moka on her feet and giving her kushi. He rushed at the clone, which had more chakra. We threw kunai at the same time, and also dodged them. I blocked the clone's kick with my forearm, retreating, the clone swung again, but I intercepted his leg. The clone jumped up and hit me in the jaw with his other foot, sending me into the air. Turning over into a horizontal position in the air, and spinning, I hit the clone in the head with my foot, sending him into a tree. It won't compare to a fight with Sasuke, but it will do too. I said, wiping the blood from my lip. Approaching the academy, Moka hooray put on a cross, and we went into the academy. 3 lessons have passed, although we were warned that after the holidays, classes of 4 lessons will begin. And that in 3 days there will be club activity, okay. With this club activity, but the holidays are interesting. I thought, walking towards the hostel, Moka Omote left to talk to the teacher, saying that she would come to me later and kissed me on the cheek for the last time. In a good mood, I went into the room. The mood would have remained good if not for the note taped to my closet, come alone to the warehouse, we have your girlfriend. The warehouse is a mile away, he's the only one standing for the whole academy. The letter read. I was seized with anger. Naruto-chan, calm down. Kurama barked at me, if something happens to her, give me malice, please. I said, leaving the room, I'm already furious. Kurama hissed. Kurama was furious not because Naruto's girlfriend was kidnapped, but because Naruto was losing control. He's going as you wanted. Moroha said, apparently he loves you, human and vampire, romantic, someone should write a book about it. Meadow said, we didn't do anything to you, don't touch Naruto. Moka begged Omote, you're a vampire and that's enough, and Naruto, I'll beat him up because he beat up my people. Meadow said that I enter the warehouse, simultaneously emitting a heavy aura. Wow, the intention to kill, I like it. Meadow said, transforming his hand, I'm sure they want to play with you. I said, throwing the kunai from Moki's side. After using the replacement, I removed the cross from the Moka hurrah, breaking the chains. Hey Moroha, I warned you, yes? I asked, walking up to him. Moroha fell on his ass, wetting himself at the same time. Put your hands on me, you trash. Meadow didn't have time to look back, as he received a fist in the face and flew into a brick wall. Everyone's eyes fell out. It can't be, she took him down with one blow, scum, without a leader, ordinary weaklings. I said coldly, sending Moroha flying with a kick. Moroha crashed into the wall, smashed his head. Who's next? I asked a question, summoning a katana, and defiantly scrolled it on one hand. Another monster. One of them screamed, "Shut up." Meadow stood up, good shot. He began to approach. Meadow was immediately hit by a hail of blows from Mokiura. Having sustained 4 blows, he flew away. Well, is this all trash? Moka Hara asked, looking at him contemptuously. To use mana in this way. To strengthen the blows, it's simple, but effectively. Meadow started. But your weakness is ridiculous. He signaled Meadow to his pawn. The faucet on one of the columns whistled, and water came out of the pipe on the ceiling, drenching Moka Aaah. Moka Yura collapsed to the floor, completely weakened. Grab his hands. Meadow said that I wanted to rush to the mock, but 2 big guys pinned me to the floor. Moka. I roared. Just think, it takes a little water to defeat a vampire. Meadow grinned. I'll start with you, shinobi. He grinned. Moka Yura raised her eyes. Despite the unbearable pain all over her body, she could speak. Please don't touch Naruto, do whatever you want with me, but don't touch him. I looked Moka Hara at Meadow. How noble of a vampire, but I will refuse. I'll kill you first. Saizo raised his fist. Please run Naruto, I want you to live. Moka said Hara. Seeing what was about to happen, I felt a terrible rage take hold of me. He closed his eyes and looked inside himself. Kurama, give me strength. I shouted into the darkness. There was no forest in the subconscious, there was darkness in which 2 eyes lit up. Done. Kurama laughed with an evil cackle. That I was seized by a force like fire. It strengthened me many times. A demonic aura that was stronger than Mokiura's aura swept through the warehouse. The 2 that held me got burned, and flew away from 2 tails. That you're a human being. Meadow stepped back. Meadow felt fear for the first time. Even in a fight with Moka, he did not feel such animal fear. A man? I asked with a foxy smile. Moka was as shocked as Meadow. I opened my eyes. Are you a vampire? Meadow asked. No, I am a monster and I will kill you. I let out a roar of the beast and rushed to him. Meadow almost screamed at the sound, hitting him with his overgrown claws in the stomach, ripping him open, with a crazy smile. The collapsed Meadow was left without a head, from my fist blow, which blew up his head. Monster. Moroha screamed. This was the impetus for the murder of several more bastards. Demon correction, a gentleman from a hidden leaf, whom the whole village despises, and I will destroy it. I said, taking Moroha's head off with a katana. I said in a demonic voice, get out. I have a reason not to kill you. I said, if you tell anyone, I'll tear it to shreds. I smiled, showing my fangs. 10 to 15 people scattered. I removed the 2-tailed cover, and turned around to Moka lying on the floor. She wasn't afraid of me, but she looked down on me. Anger still remained in her. Are you okay, Moka-san? Should I take you to the infirmary? I asked. No, they won't help me there. Take me to my room. I'm just exhausted. I'll sleep for 2 or 3 days and everything will pass. Said Moka Hara, picking her up in my arms. I disappear from the warehouse, having sat her down on the couch. I'm going to leave. Stop. Moka Hara took me by the hand. Although she was weak, but the grip was strong, would have to tear off my arm to get out. Please tell me. Moka grabbed me even harder. So it's time to tell? I asked. Yes, it has come. Moka replied decisively, okay. I answered, before that, help me change. Moka said hurrah, which froze me. Or don't you want to see me naked? She smiled. No, but don't you mind if it's me? I asked. No, because I trust you. Moka replied with a wider smile that I even had to carry her to the bedroom. She was too weak to stand. Although I knew the circumstances, I couldn't help but feel like a new husband bringing his bride to the marriage bed. With slightly trembling hands, I helped her take off her wet clothes. I tried to be a gentleman, didn't say anything and didn't let my hands be where they didn't belong. I tried not to look at her, but I couldn't help but see her whole. Her body was absolutely amazing, every inch supple and supple. Turning around, I waited. Moka Hara abruptly got up from the bed and approached me, pressing against my back. Wait, I'll put on a robe. She whispered in my ear. Yeah. I answered, sitting down in the kitchen. I waited. Moka Hara poured tea and, putting the mugs, sat down opposite me on a chair. After sipping my tea, I started. I am Naruto Uzumaki, the son of Kushina Uzumaki in Minato Namikaze. Moka Hara interrupted me. Are you Kushina-san's son? And Minato-san? Moka Hara was surprised. There was surprise in her eyes. Yes. Do you know my parents, or does someone from your family know them? I asked. Yes, my mother was your friend, your father saved mine once. Moka answered. Hurrah, go on. Added Moka. Hooray that I hesitated and looked down. You might hate me for it, I said, looking at her with similar eyes. Do you think so little about me? You saved my life, I am grateful to you for that. Moka Hara almost said that Naruto breathed life into her, but stopped in time. Okay. I answered and sipped my tea. I am Jinchuriki Kyubi no Yoko. I have the full power of a fox, although I should have, half is a fox and the other half is in my sister, I said, and pain appeared in my eyes. The residents of Konoha killed my sister when I was in training with my best friend Uchiha Sasuke, then I flew into a rage and killed everyone there, then I met a fox, or rather a fox. Kurama told me the truth about my birth. When I found out everything, I decided to take revenge on Konoha by destroying her clean. Although I will have to stay there for 2 or 3 years with Sasuke, we will become shinobi and soon destroy the village. Uchiha Sasuke is probably dear to you, said Moka Hara. Like you and Kurama, you are holding back the darkness inside me, as I am holding back the darkness of Sasuke. Then I told about Sasuke and his past. Mokiura's teeth clenched. So the damn old people decided to take over the village? Moka asked Hara. Yes. I answered. Don't worry, I'll take you with me if you want. I said, I'll think about it. Omote will agree, but I need time to recover. That I understood what Moka was talking about. She needed determination to tear off this mask of composure and trust me completely. Thanks. I answered, thank you, Baka. She gave me a slap on the nose with a bang. Although she tried to be serious, Moka smiled. Did you think that I would hate you because of the fact that you are the queen of Kitsune? Moka grinned. Hooray, don't think that I will hate you or Omote will hate you, added Moka. Hooray, thanks Moka, I said. Moka Hara got up, came to me from the table and grabbed me by the hack and pulled me to her, kissing me on the lips. That I responded to the kiss, which was short. I need to sleep, take me to the bed, I've spent all my strength. Moka Hara sighed, almost falling on me. Picking her up in my arms, I laid her on the bed. Thanks. She thanked me with a hurrah and untied the robe, threw it on a chair, and then lay down under the blanket. Good night, Moka. I turned around red as a crab. Good night, she replied. When Naruto disappeared in a swirl of leaves, Moka Yura laughed. What a reaction he has to me. Falling asleep in his clothes. So Naruto is training tomorrow, special. Kurama said, yeah, sister. I answered, and so on. And I'm here? I asked Kurama. Fold the seals, Kurama said, and began to say the signs that I had to put together. Folding the seals, I hit the ground, where red smoke appeared on the spot. How could you summon me, kid? Q asked, piercing me with yellow eyes with a vertical pupil. I'm from Kurama, I'm her Jinchuriki and her friend, or rather, the named brother, I answered. Q's eyes almost fell out of their sockets, and his jaw greeted the ground. Are you the Jinchuriki of Queen Kubi? Q muttered. Naruchan, give me control. Asked Kurama that I was transformed, my eyes turned red with a vertical pupil, the stripes on my cheeks thickened, claws grew on my fingers. Q fell to one knee, get up and listen to me. Kurama said, you have to teach Naruto the art of kitsune, or rather use our fire, and become his friend. He changed me, made me a sister. Kurama said and finally smiled. Very well, Lord Kyubi. Said Q, I am glad that you have become yourself again. Q said with a smile that my control is back. Okay Naruto, shall we start training? He held out his hand to Kuya that I shook hands and nodded. After a couple of hours of theory, okay, let's try. I groaned, don't like the theory. Q asked with a grin, yes, and by the way, you don't know how to free your sister safely for me. What a kind Naruto you are. Q's gaze became softer. If I knew, I would help, although wait, the genies may know how to do it, then I'll tell you how to get to them. Said Q, I know how to get to them. Moka said hurrah, appearing in the black flame. Moka, are you awake? I asked. Yeah. Moka answered briefly, I'll watch your training, do you mind? She leaned against the Moka Yura tree, folding her arms on her chest. No, Moka-san doesn't mind. Q replied, and so you own, Kato, show the strongest technique, on me. He smiled at Kuya and jumped back, using the chakra of Kurama. I was covered by a fox, two tails were formed, concentrating. I removed the cover, absorbing it into myself. Have you increased your chakra reserve? Interesting. Q thought about it. Kato is a hell of a pain. He folded the seals and literally growled the name of the technique. A wave of flame went towards Q, futon rush of death. I strengthened the fire technique with a gust of wind. Bad. Q turned into a four-tailed fox. Wow, wow. I said, leaning against a tree. I spent all my chakra. I sighed. Q removed the transformation. I didn't understand which one. Your technique is so strong? Q asked, almost shouting. Training with Uchiha was beneficial. I smiled and sat down on the ground. Thank you Shursui for this scroll. I said in a whisper. Rest for now, I'll figure out what you need. Q pondered while summoning the scroll. Flashback, Shursui, I have no sister. But it doesn't work out. I shouted, well, you're only 5 years old, no wonder it's hard for my brother. Shursui hugged me. Just try to use your imagination, and imagine a wave of flame that turns into a fireball. Brother, look. Sasuke shouted, releasing a small ball of fire from his mouth. Sasuke choked and coughed. No, don't look. Sasuke lowered his head. And don't laugh, Dobe. Sasuke screamed, come on, cool technique. I laughed. A couple of hours have passed. Shursui carried Naruto on her back, knocking on the door of Naruto and Naruko's room. Damn brother again, got carried away. Naruko folded her arms on her chest, having laid Naruto on the bed. Shursui went to the kitchen. Naruko passed the scroll to Naruto. She handed the scroll to Shursui. All right, sis. Naruko answered. He did it. Even Itachi was shocked. Shursui smiled. Naruko smiled. Okay, I'll go. Hamura-san called me on a mission. She left Shursui's room. It was then that Shursui died, at the hands of Hamura, but who knows if she survived. End flashback. If it wasn't for that mission, you would be alive. I clenched my teeth, fangs grew, claws grew. I jumped up, forming a crack in the ground. Let's get started. I said, flashing my red eyes. Okay. Q sighed. Yes, that's it. Imagine a flame in your hand, and send it to a tree. Take your time, fire loves neatness. He taught me. Q, having created a fire in my hand, which was red in color, I put my hand towards the tree. A ball of fire 30 by 30 centimeters hit the tree. In 2 hours. Moka Omote rode the bus. Moka Omote was lying on my lap, snuffling softly. Almost arrived. Said the driver. Moka woke up. Already? Moka Omote asked. Should I wait for you? The driver asked when we got out. As soon as Moka Omota took 2 steps forward, she became Yura. No, it's not worth it, thanks for taking me. Moka answered Hara that I was walking next to Moka, who was looking ahead. Naruto, I want to ask you about something. Said Moka Hara. Yura's mood was elated, and therefore she decided to arrange an interrogation. Of course, ask Mok. I answered, when you undressed me, did you want to do anything else? Cheers grinned, yes, I wanted to touch you, caress you, explore every inch of your body. Noticing what I said, I put my hand over my mouth, my face turned red. Yura smiled slightly. Wow. She held out a Hara. Question, do you love me as a girl? Asked Hara. Yes, I love you, I want to protect you, make you happy. I answered. Me specifically? Moka asked Hara, looking at me. Yes. You, I see that you like to be free, I saw you sadly putting on that damn cross. I answered. Soon, my outer part will disappear, I will destroy the seal and merge with Omote into one. Said Hara, I will accept you as you are, because I love you. I said that I noticed that joy appeared in Moki Yura's eyes. Moka, why are you wearing a cross? I asked the question that had been tormenting me all this time. Moka Yura hesitated with the answer. That's because I was lonely. The beginning of the Moka Hara. I lived with my father, brothers and sisters in a huge castle. Although I had a family, we were not close. My relationship with my brothers and sisters was based on rivalry, and we were not gentle. I had a younger sister with whom I tried, but even with her. Moka sighed. For a moment she seemed strangely human to me. Even with people like me, I was lonely, and one day I found my mother. She gave me a cross, and I decided to try to live the life of a young girl in the hope of finding someone I could take care of, someone who would take away my loneliness. Finished Moka. Then I will make you happy, no matter what it costs me. I will take care of you, I will love you, and I will never betray you. I said. Moki almost had tears. Thanks. Moka said in a gentle voice that cracked that I took her hand and walked through the streets. He really loves me, and very much, he just blows feelings for me. Thought Hara. Noticing a sign on the roof of one of the houses, I was surprised. The sign read, let no one lie, let everyone tell the truth and only the truth, so that's why I only tell the truth, although I never lie, well, if only to enemies. I drawled that we were approaching a small stall where there was a merchant with goods. What people? Acacia-san herself appeared. Said the merchant, and you don't get sick, we need your help. Said Hara, how to remove the fuin, namely the printing of trigrams? I asked, it depends on what is sealed in you. The merchant stretched out, his eyes flashed, Kyubi no Yoko. I grinned like a fox. The merchant visibly shuddered. That's how the seal can be dispelled, but, the merchant began, tell me. My eyes turned red. You will die. The merchant replied. So the seal can only be removed with the key that Jiraiya has. I mumbled, but you can break the seal, only half. The merchant said when we started to leave. Then I'll break her to hell. I said. Moka Hara took my hand and hugged me so tightly that I almost choked. That's enough to keep everything to yourself. Moka Hara said to herself, Naruto, I love you. Said Moka Hara, such simple but at the same time complex. Moka rarely said this, only to her mother and father. She never said it to her brothers and sisters. They had a rivalry, although there was one Kokoa, but it did not work out to get closer to her. When Moka met her mother, she gave her a cross so that her beloved daughter would try to live the lives of people. But Acacia made a mistake in the fuin seals, and Moka gained 2 personalities. Because of this Moka closed herself, put on a mask, and never took it off, until one moment. A ray of hope appeared in her life that she could find happiness in life, which she had lost, and Moka was not mistaken. She began to feel that she loved Naruto, especially this feeling intensified when Naruto saved her, and his words that he, roughly speaking, did not care about Omote and he needed her Hara the original, not a pathetic fake like Omote. Moka bit into Naruto's lips in a passionate kiss. Taking his hand, she took off the cross Moka applied. The technique of moving and Naruto and Moka were on the bed in a sitting position that I didn't notice that I was in Moki's room. I kept kissing her, my beloved. Moka gently bit my neck, drinking my blood, helped me take off my clothes. Moka hurrah smiled, breaking away from my neck. Then they spent the whole night making love, waking up in an embrace with a silver-haired beauty, whom I hugged, hugging her to me. You'll crush Naru. Moka said hurrah in a sleepy voice but with love. I answered with a smile and kissed her on the lips. After kissing for another 10 minutes, we pulled away. Tomorrow is vacation, what will you do? Moka asked hurrah. To train, still walking with you. I got out of bed, crunching my back. Can I help you? Moka offered hurrah. If you need help, I will contact you. I smiled. Okay. Moka answered hurrah. I won't attach the cross, maybe I will tomorrow. Moka said hurrah, getting up. Well, that's good. I answered. In class in 2 hours, Acacia-san is forbidden to be in the form of a demon in the academy. Shizuka said, I'm bored, so I decided to take a walk. Moka answered hurrah. After 2 tedious lessons, hooray, that's it now. I sat down at the dining table. Naruto, did my book help you? Yukari asked as she sipped her apple juice. Yes, very much, I learned a lot of techniques from there, I wish I could use them. I said after sipping my coffee. How many technicians were there and what rank? Moka asked hurrah. All grades A and A+, technician 30, with a detailed description of the training. I answered, someone is coming here. Moka hurrah turned her head to the side, looking at the silhouette that was approaching in our direction. A tall man in red robes with a large scroll on his back and spiky long gray hair was walking towards our trio. This is Jiraiya. I said, getting up and heading out. Noticing me, Jiraiya smiled. Hello godson. He waved his hand. Since you're here, where is Sasuke? I asked as I caught up with him. Long time no see Naruto. A voice was heard from above, namely from the roof. The brunette was sitting on the handrails, with a bored look. Moka hurrah approached Naruto. Girl, are you a vampire? Jiraiya was surprised. Yes, a vampire and a Naruto girl. Moka answered hurrah. I thought you were almost extinct. Jiraiya held out. It's all rumors. The vampire replied, well done Naruto, you found yourself a vampire just like Kushina wanted. Jiraiya smiled. Next to the trio, a blur flashed by, which stood in front of Naruto, putting his hand on his shoulder. You've become faster than Sasuke. I said, you have become stronger, I feel it, and I am sure that you are stronger than me again. Uchiha sighed. A moment later, Sasuke hugged me tightly, as I hugged him. Glad to see you alive, brother. Sasuke smiled. You'll crush me, too. I croaked. Sasuke moved away. Uchiha Sasuke is the named brother of Uzumaki Naruto. Introduced himself to Sasuke. Moka. Acacia Moka is Naruto's girlfriend. Moka answered hurrah. When is the wedding? Jiraiya asked with a sneer. Until we graduate from the academy. I answered and added, I need a key. I said, I will give it to you, and not only that, you are on vacation, I will teach you Rasengan, and you will go to the world of conscription, but free. Said Sannin, the free world of summoning is dangerous. Rexo Moka cheers answered, when Naruto removes the seal, he will be able to do everything. Sasuke said, quietly drinking my cup of coffee, it's okay. I took Moka by the hand. Really, I'm sorry to leave you alone, but it won't be for long. I hugged Moka. It's okay. Moka hugged me back, and so sent to my room. I led the Trinity. See you Yukari. I waved my hand. Yeah. Yukari answered. I in the room. Jiraiya, I'm 16 years old, actually. I said when Jiraiya put sake on the table. It doesn't stop Sasuke. Sannin replied, no, you pervert will drink your swill, and we will drink ours. Sasuke summoned 10 bottles of wine from the seal. Will you have a Moka-san? Sasuke asked, come on. Moka answered hurrah. Oh, okay. I said, Jiraiya gave me the key after one drink. Well, is your sister ready? I asked. Yes, I'm ready. Kurama replied. Kitsune appeared in the room, with 9 tails and fox ears on her head. Her eyes were a copy of Moki. Sasuke blushed when he saw Kurama. Jiraiya is already ready. I said, and we haven't even started. After taking Jiraiya away and closing the door to the kitchen, I went in and sat down at the table. Sasuke was sitting on the windowsill and smoking a cigarette. Kurama and Moka Hara were talking. I've only seen you in pictures. As a child I admired you. Said Moka Hara. Thank you, Moka, and let's do it. Kurama said and poured wine into 4 glasses. Give Sasuke a cigarette. I said that. He handed me a cigarette to Sasuke, which I lit with my finger, and sat down next to Uchiha. Today, this damn day. Sasuke said, let's not. I asked. That's why I took a drink, on Shirsui's birthday. Sasuke replied, taking a drag and blowing smoke out the window. The next day, Epona mother. Jiraiya said after seeing the sight. Sasuke and Kurama sleep in an embrace under the table. Moka and Naruto are drinking coffee on the windowsill. Jiraiya bush coffee? I asked. I will. Jiraiya replied, my mother Orochimaru. Sasuke jumped up under the table. Ah. Uchiha hit his head on the table. How are you feeling? I asked with a sneer. Dobe, what happened? Sasuke asked when he saw Kurama next to him. You and Kurama threw themselves to the fullest yesterday. Moka Cheers replied, sipping her coffee. Oh, damn, okay, in a couple of hours I'll start teaching you Naruto. Jiraiya said as he headed to the shower. In a couple of hours, Sasuke and Kurama had a hangover, sipping wine straight from the throat, and I tried to burst a gr.th rubber ball. Damn, it was easier to burst a balloon with water. I said. You're using the wind chakra, aren't you? Jiraiya asked. Nuda, why? I asked, looking at him. Create a tornado in a ball, preferably round like a sphere. Jiraiya began. Just in this way, you will begin to use the Rasengan of the wind element, and not from the usual chakra. Jiraiya finished. In 4 hours, Rasengan. I said, hitting the red sphere into a tree that collapsed to the ground. Excellent, your chakra control is something. And now sparring. Jiraiya said, at least I want, ugh. I want to. Sasuke stood up swaying. Sasuke, you can't even kill an academy student right now. I sewed. Really? Now look. Kato, there, what's his name on? Pervert, and what kind of seals? Sasuke asked, slurring his tongue. The seals are called bedtime. Jiraiya said, no, don't sleep, it's time to drink. Spun like a bundle of Sasuke. I could barely contain my guffaws, as well as Moka Hara, less Chidori. Created Sasuke lightning in his hand. Uchiha ran at me, tripped and crashed to the ground. Your soul Orochimaru. Sannin swore, who's tripping me up? Sasuke asked, are you flea-bitten or something? Sasuke asked, looking at my cat. Come here, I'll make a snack out of you. Sasuke rushed at the cat. Kushi bounced off the tree next to which he was lying. A drunk Wicha crashed face-first into a tree. The cat growled and rushed at the Uchiha to tear his hair. Okay Naruto, tomorrow you will go to the world of summoning, you will find strength there. Sannin said poetically. Yeah. I said, the next day, I'll be there soon, Mokyusik. I kissed Moka on the lips. I'm waiting for Naruto. Moka answered hurrah. Having folded the seals, I found myself in the forest. Forest, what do we have here? I asked looking around, simultaneously lighting a cigarette that restores the chakra. Naruto is, forest of Scolopendre, be careful. Kurama warned me. By the way, sis, have you fallen in love with Sasuke? I asked. Shut up. Or go ahead and keep your eyes open. Kurama shouted. After walking a couple of miles, I stopped dead in my tracks on a huge tree. There was a Scolopendra, black as night, which had red paws. The Scolopendra was 10 meters long, maybe more, man? What are you doing here? A female voice asked. I've come to sign a contract. I answered calmly, a contract? Interesting. Skalapenda said, jumping down from the tree, and then I noticed that I was mistaken. Its length was simply gigantic, it's about 20 meters. I said with fear, more Naruto. Kurama replied, the mandibles began to move, the meter-long antennae whiskers twitched, la adno, I agree. The Skalapedra answered. My name is Keed, what's yours? Keed asked. Naruto Uzumaki. I answered. Great. Keed said and transformed into a girl with black hair, red eyes. Her upper body was human, but the lower part was from a Skalapendra. Here is the scroll, and we will proceed to the hermit mode. Keed smiled, showing her mandibles in her mouth. After biting my finger and writing my name, I gave the scroll to Keed. There was a rustling sound behind me. Turning around, I noticed a Skalapendra that was behind me, as if waiting for my order. You're lucky, the longest, fastest, and too poisonous Skalapendra, now she's your call. Keed said, thank you or something. I drawled, let's start the training, it will take a second, we are the strongest call. Keed said, what do I have to do? I wanted to ask how the mandibles of the Skalapendra that fell on my shoulder dug into my neck that I felt a surge of power and might that my claws were black and 6 centimeters long, my eyes turned purple with a vertical pupil, my fangs became like Moki's 3 centimeters. 2 Skalapendras escaped from the shoulder blades, which turned into bat wings, only the upper part of the wings was made of Skalapendra shell. That's it, call Kira if you need to, or me. Keed smiled. How do I remove this appearance? I asked. Think about it and that's it, the technique's in the scroll. She threw me a Keed scroll. Thank you very much. I said, patting my call on the head. The Skalapendra that bit me was 30 centimeters, my shirt sleeves were rolled up, so the Skalapendra stood on my forearm and merged with it, forming a tattoo. Using a callback, I found myself in my room. I wonder how long it's been. I asked. The holidays are over, Moka is walking with a cross again. Kurama said as she left the kitchen, I see. I answered, falling on the bed. Kushi lay down on my stomach. Stop. A month? Moka will kill me. I jumped up, then go and meet her. Kurama replied, okay. I said, affectionately taking off the cat, who resisted growling along the way. Here's a cloak from Sasuke, or a coat, I do not know what this long thing is called. Kitsune muttered, taking a long black coat. I threw it over my shirt without buttoning it. It suits you very well. She smiled at Kitsune. Thank you, little sister. I kissed Kitsune on the cheek, introducing her to the paint. Jumping out of the window, I walked towards the academy. In 5 minutes I saw Moka Omote walking around the campus, with some guy with long hair, who smiles at her and looks at her like a slut. Moka Omote laughed and told him about herself. Moka and Jean were walking towards me, and I was leaning against the wall with my arms crossed over my chest. Oh Naruto. Moka Omote came up to me. Who is this? I asked in a cold voice. Oh. It's about to start, Moka said. Hurrah. Inside Omote, this is Jean, I help him at the club, he's my friend. When you screwed up, hi, so you're Naruto Uzumaki, I'm Gi. Jin started, I don't care about your name, go away. I looked at him with red eyes. Okay, I'll see you later. Jin ran away. Naruto? Moka Omote asked, frowning. Jin is good, why did you send him away? Moka Omote began to raise her voice. Fool, he looks at you as if you are a doll for carnal pleasures. I started, but I was interrupted. It's not like Naruto. He's good. Moka Omote screamed, so that's how. Then let me talk to Yura and not to you. Yura will understand that I'm right. I said, no. It's up to me when she shows up, don't you dare order me around. Moka Omote answered, then don't come near me until you understand that I'm right. If you don't, then I'll kill him. I flashed Kurama's eyes. Moka Omote snorted and left. I hit the wall with my fist, the building shook, Goosebumps went down Moki's back. This can be used, I'll get you Naruto Uzumaki. The blue-haired girl said while watching the scene of the quarrel. Your anger has made the fire stronger, only your anger is getting stronger. Kyu said, standing near the burnt forest. I know my strength has grown since I've been in the summoning world. I answered, your chakra, it became darker. Kurama said, it's all because of this asshole, I want to kill him, I want to tear him up. I grinned that I end 2 hours that I was standing on the roof, emitting a thirst for blood, from which there were cracks on the roof floor. The chicken came out of me and slept in my room that I watched how the one I love communicates with the trash, and smiles at him, ha. I grinned, directing the thirst for murder at Jin. Moka Omote also felt this pressure, but weaker than Jin. Turning her head back, Moka Omote saw Naruto, whose cloak was fluttering in the wind. Scolopendras were painted on his cloak. There was a crazy smile on his face. Naruto got tired of just a black raincoat and he asked the sewing club to sew patterns for him. Surprisingly, after an hour and a half everything was ready. What did you do to Omote? Said Moka Hara, who was watching through the cross. Moka Omote turned around and took Jin by the hand to calm him down and went on with him. Omote. What are you doing? Naruto will kill him. She shouted. Hurrah, let him rage, she told Omota, but froze with fear. A few inches away from them, a 2-meter black scolopendra ran. Okay, Moka, I'll go. Well, thanks for seeing me off, tomorrow I'll come after school, warned Kurama-chan. Moka kissed Omote on Jin's cheek. Everything will come to an end soon, you are testing Naruto in vain, you will pay for it. Said Moka. Hurrah, nothing like that. Omote grinned, what's going on with you? It's like you're under a spell, to hell with you. She said hurrah with anger and the cross went out that I disappeared from the roof, crumbling into scolopendras, which spread around the neighborhood. When I appeared at home, I flew into the wall from Kitsune's fist. You're crazy, I understand everything, but your aura, it's simple. Ec. Kurama screamed, you idiot. You've put almost the entire academy in fear. Kitsune hit me several more times in the face, fool. If it hurts you, then share this pain with me. Kurama screamed, with tears in her eyes. It's unclear why I kissed her on the lips. Kurama answered immediately, and I felt that all the anger had disappeared. Has everything calmed down, brother? Kurama asked with a smile. Yes, thank you. I hugged Kitsune, clinging to her red kimono. I was put to bed. I slept like a baby. If not for the dream, brother, why weren't you there when I was dying? Naruto asked. Nanarukeo? I asked. Tears immediately gushed from his eyes. I didn't know what would happen that day, I didn't know. I cried out, liar, you benefited from my death, you needed strength and only strength. Naruto said, burning me with red eyes. What are you saying, sister, please stop, I begged, crying and falling to my knees, sobbed, the worst student and the sworn brother. Shursui said, appearing behind me, turning around and standing face to face with her. My throat was squeezed. Lifted up, you are not worthy to live and rejoice, your fate is to suffer, so die. Shursui grinned. I woke up, if you can call it that. I jumped out of bed with a scream and tears. When Kurama woke up, she immediately hugged me, hugging me to her. It's a dream, Naru-chan. Kitsune stroked my head. I was shaking, I had a panic attack, I could calm down for like an hour. After 2 hours I calmed down. Kurama poured chakra into me, it was the light side that brought me back to normal. Talk to Moka after class today. Kurama said, yes, I'll talk, maybe I'll destroy this cross. I answered. 12 o'clock office of the journalism club, and here I am with a cake. I told Kuram, great. Moka Omote answered. After putting the cake on the table, Kurumu imperceptibly grinned, as did Jin. Oh, damn, I forgot the drinks, I'll be right there. Kurumu said as she ran out. Moka na. He handed the spoon with the cake to Jin. Thanks. Moka answered and took a spoon in her mouth, swallowing the cake. Oh, how good it feels to me, Is that you? Moka Omote asked. No fool, our favorite is Naruto. Don't you dare betray him. Moka shouted hooray, but the stupid outer part did not hear. She began to undress in front of Jin, who in turn also undressed. The plan worked, ha 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 ha. Naruto Uzumaki, you are mine. Kurama laughed, undressed Moka Omote, threw on Gina. I wonder how Moka is, maybe I overreacted with Jin? I asked, opening the door. What I saw shocked me. Jin fucks Moka Omote on the desk, who moans. After moving from the academy, I went to the forest. Morning in the office. Where am I? Moka Omote asked. Why am I naked? Omote screamed. Oh, are you awake? Jin asked. No, it can't be. Did you rape me? So Naruto was right that I'm a doll for you. Moka said angrily. Kurama helped. I am grateful to her. If you want, you can go to your beloved, although I think you will come back. Jin grinned. Moka Omote started to get dressed. Jin turned away for the sake of decency. After getting dressed, she ran out of the office. Kurama was standing next to the office. Bitch. She punched Moka Omote in Kurama's face with her fist. Ah. If he hates you, you would have felt his aura when he saw you yesterday. Kurama laughed. What? Have you seen it? Moki Omote's eyes widened. Moka Omote broke a window in the campus, jumped from the second floor, ran towards the men's dormitory. Jin was sitting drinking tea. He heard a knock on the door. Here you are, let's continue. A fist flew into Jin's face. Hello, how do I get to the library? I asked with madness in my voice. You. Jin held out, grabbing him by the throat. I moved him to the warehouse, where I chained him with chains that hung from the ceiling, hanging Gina, for 1.5 meters. I lit a cigarette. Great, I'll have fun with you. I smiled like a psychopath. Bitch, let me out. Jin shouted. Having created a flame in my hand, I lowered Jin to the floor, bring my hand to his stomach and set fire to his hand. A cry of pain and laughter rang through the warehouse, so wild and terrifying. Ahahahahaha. Yes, suffer. I'll play with you all day, don't disappoint me, Jin. I burst out laughing. In 2 hours, Jin was hanging 2 meters from the floor, blood was flowing from him, his eyes were clouded. Boring. I sighed. Naruto. I heard the cry of the one I loved. Naruto. I heard another scream, the scream of the bitch who poisoned Moka. Moka and Kurama teamed up to find Gina and Naruto. I turn around to face them. My red eyes were crazy. Naruto, forgive me for this. Kurama shouted. Here you are. I looked at Kurama. An aura came from me, which took the physical form of a scolopendra, which was approaching Kurama. Although I am grateful to you, I remembered who I am. I am a monster and a demon. I shouted. It is not known why Moki's cross fell to the floor. I didn't pay attention to it. The scolopendra grabbed Kurama, squeezing her. I realized that someone like me is not worthy to live happily. I am not worthy to love. I will only bring pain to those I love. I said, exhaling smoke. Oh, let Kurama go, do whatever you want with me. Jin croaked. How noble. I spread my arms out to the sides, turning to face him. You know, I'll probably refuse. I'll kill her for a week if she lasts because I'm a demon. Ahahahaha. I laughed. Kurama, have fun with this garbage, and you're a Moka. I turned around to face her. Get away from here. Moka Hara surprised me. She collapsed on the floor and bowed her head. Forgive me, Naruto. I failed you. Moka Hara didn't have time to finish. I interrupted her. Get up, and it's not your fault, it's your fake part that I don't want to see. I started. Moka Hara stood up. Go home, Moka-san, sleep it off. We'll talk later if you want to talk to a monster like me. I said, moving her into the room. Fool, Naruto, you're a fool. Moka knelt down, not noticing that bitter tears were running down her face. After finishing with Jin, Kurama left, summoning Kira from the seal on her hand. The scolopendra bit her, letting poison into her neck. Next, a 2-meter-tall scolopendra climbed into her mouth and tore her from the inside. After leaving the warehouse, I created wings and waved them flying towards my room. Tokyo, Japan. Itachi-san is empty here. Kisame said, I know, went to one Jinchuriki nine-tailed can be there. Itachi answered, leaving Naruto's room, which was in Tokyo when he lived with Irika, getting up early in the morning, I went to wash my face. After washing up, I went to the kitchen to pour coffee. Good morning. She greeted Kurama, yeah, hi. I answered. After drinking coffee and chatting, I went to the academy. Hi Naruto, I'll come to class today and pick you up. Q said as he caught up with me, I'm waiting well. I answered. Entering the office, I walked through the office and sat down at my desk. Naruto-san, and you are there too? Shizuka asked. Where to? I grinned. Your eyes. Shizuka pointed at me, and a speck got into the eye, so they blushed. I answered. Moka came into the office, who passed without saying a word, and sat down behind me. Now it will be just a Moka. To hell with Omote, you give a hurrah. Now there are 2 vampires in our class. Yes, it's scary, the students were whispering. What are you mumbling about? I released Ki. Moka put her hand on my shoulder, and I calmed down. Thanks Moka. I said, you're welcome. The silver-haired woman smiled. During the lesson, there was a knock on the office. Come in. Shizuka said, I need Naruto Uzumaki, and Acacia Moka. Said Q, finally. I sighed and got up, taking the notebook and pen and sealing them. Moka and I followed to the office of the security committee. Yes, Naruto, well, you've done a lot of things, I had to sort it all out. Q sighed, well, what can I do? If one bitch did not subdue Omoda, then everything would be fine. I said, and how can I explain that Gina was devoured by a huge fox? Jean asked, as it is. I answered. Moka and I went into the office, so we have a problem. 2 people are coming to us from Tokyo, on your soul. Q said, sitting down in a chair, what do they look like? I asked. Black robes with patterns of red clouds, hats on the head, one looks like a shark, but the other has red eyes with tomo in the pupils. Q replied, Itachi Uchiha, but I don't know the second one. I said, putting my hand to my chin, where did you get the information about this? I was interested. The director ordered that no matter who was watching those who were walking towards the academy, and if there were suspicious types, they reported to me. Q replied, what should we do? Moka asked, I'll meet them. I need Itachi, I haven't seen him for a long time. I said, it's dangerous. Q cried out that I changed the color of my eyes to purple with a vertical pupil, got up from the chair, released 2 scolopendras from the shoulder blades, which became wings. Nothing and no one will hurt me. I said and turned to leave. Everything will be fine. I said and went out. After 1 hour and here you are, Naruto. Itachi smiled. Moka, who was watching Naruto, tensed up. I walk up to Itachi and punch him in the face with my fist. This is for leaving Sasuke alone. Itachi bumped into Kisame, who picked him up. Kisame is not necessary, I deserve it. Stopped Itachi. Kisame, who took up Samahata, and this is for me for not protecting Shursui. I hit myself and flew 6 meters away. I was picked up. Moka? Thank you or something. I drawled, getting up. Itachi doubled over and spat blood. Itachi. I rushed to him. Naruto, take my eyes and give them to Sasuke, and burn the body. Itachi croaked, you. Are you okay? Sasuke will kill me. I shouted at him, do you have an idea how to cure me? Uchiha grinned, yes there is. I called a scolopendra, which bit into the neck of the Uchiha, letting in a healing poison. Itachi's eyes recovered, his vision became the same, his breathing became easier. After the operation, Itachi collapsed to the ground, but I caught him. Kisame, yes? I asked. Yes, Kisame Hoshikage. Introduced himself to Kisame. Tell me that Itachi is dead, you barely escaped from us. I said, I'm safe and not harmful. Kisame said, I can fix it. Moka said, the battle with the legendary vampire was not in my plans. Kisame took a step back that I created 100 clones and took Itachi in my arms. Naruto-kun, what are you doing? Itachi asked, blushing, come to my room, handsome, you'll come to your senses at the same time. I smiled, LOK. Itachi said that I went to my room with Itachi in my arms and Moka, open the chicken, come on. I said, damn, you can't do it yourself? Kurama asked, walking up to the door and opening it, Itachi. Why is he in your arms? Kurama asked in shock, I'm on boys and older now. I smiled, that. Moka asked, I'm just kidding. I kissed her on the cheek, thank you for not being afraid of me. I smiled at her, I love you stupid. Moka smiled back, putting Itachi on my bed. I carefully covered him, sleep brother. I said, I have a soft smile and sadness in my eyes, Naruto, you know, what can't be avoided. Kurama said with sadness, I will take revenge, for Sasuke, Naruto and Itachi. I said, clenching my fists, let's go to the kitchen. Kurama said, Kushi lay down next to Itachi, as if guarding his sleep. My clone scattered, I grabbed my head, Naruto? Moka approached Naruto, it's okay, Kisame is leaving, damn 20 clones at the same time, his head almost burst. I groaned, sitting down on a chair with the help of Moki, and he is strong, I think we would have to work hard to defeat him. I said, sipping my tea. A couple of hours have passed. Itachi woke up, looking to the side, he saw a blond man sitting on a chair and sleeping. How much time has passed? Uchiha asked in a hoarse voice. Kurama gave Itachi a glass of water, 2 hours with a dash. Kitsune replied, okay, how long has it been here? Uchiha asked. He hasn't left your side for an hour and a half. Moka answered, are you Naruto's girlfriend? Itachi asked, handing the empty glass to Kurama, yes, are you Sasuke's brother? Moka asked, yes, I'm his brother, really. The best of me brother, thank you for looking after this blockhead. Uchiha smiled, oh, are you awake Itachi? I opened my eyes, yes, I woke up, thanks for curing me. Itachi said, you're welcome. I answered, is Kisame alive? Uchiha asked, getting out of bed and taking off his raincoat, remaining in a black long-sleeve shirt and black pants. I had already taken off his sandals a long time ago. Yes, he's alive, he's like a friend to you. I said thoughtfully, I have been working with him for a long time, we have become close to this time. Uchiha answered, I see. I said and went to the windowsill, sat on it and lit a cigarette, restoring the chakra. Have you started smoking? Itachi asked, like Sasuke, it calms the nerves. I replied, exhaling smoke, I agree, the truth calms the nerves, booze and drugs. Itachi said. Are you implying to get me drunk? I asked with a grin, well, do you mind? Uchiha grinned, come on. I said and went to the door. Uchiha shrugged his shoulders and followed me, we'll be back soon. I waved my hand and left the room, that is, you will come crawling soon? Kurama asked, laughing. Yeah. Uchiha answered, throwing on an Akatsuki cloak. So that means, do you want to leave the academy early? Uchiha asked, knocking over a stack of sake. Yeah, Q told me about the antithesis organization or something. I replied, drinking a shot glass, well, then let's go and smash them. Uchiha offered cheerfully, wait, they will come themselves, they are here, something like justice. I grinned. Are you suggesting a bar fight? At the academy bar? Uchiha asked, yes. I cried out, hey motherfuckers. Will you swing or what? I shouted, smashing a bottle of sake on the table. Two guys got up from the table, heading towards me. A shadow passed by me and one of the guys flies into the wall. What are you standing for? Itachi asked, bowing his head and hiccuping. Coming up to me, the guy transformed his arm into a pile of muscles, bringing it down to my head from top to bottom, as if about to drive a nail. Am I the nail? I asked, ducking under him and punching him in the stomach with my fist, sending him outside, and then it started. 20 monsters jumped up, who broke the legs of the chair. Someone took a fork. Itachi and I seemed to be dancing around everyone and everything except the bartender. The broken muzzle flew into the bar. That I went up to the bartender. Can I pour you some? The bartender asked. Yeah, a bottle for me and my bangs handsome. I pointed my finger at Itachi, who hit the guy from the foot, blushed that I was given 2 bottles of expensive sake. After giving the bartender 20,000 ri, I left taking Itachi in my arms. 2 drunken shinobi were walking down the street, shouting songs. I love you so much. Our duet started. Gentlemen, you are interested in our club, come with us, said the guy. Yeah. I answered, everything is according to plan. Itachi grinned. In half an hour, the antithesis office. Guten Tag Yoshii Kirya. I greeted the guy. Hello Naruto Uzumaki. The guy smiled. Vertical pupil, are you a vampire? Uchiha asked. No, I'm a chimera. I answered. Kirya, well, I'm going to kill you all, I said, opening the katana that brought us to the office, fell to the floor. From the illusion of Itachi, the table at which Kirya was sitting was cut in half by a wave of Kirya's hand. A scythe instead of a hand? Interesting, I said, rushing at him. Itachi. Uchiha, I've heard about you, said the guy with glasses, namely Hokuto Kaneshiro. I'm not talking about you. Itachi's eyes flashed. Hokuto froze. A moment later, Hokuto was in Tsukiyomi. Hokuto was crucified on the cross. Next to him appeared Uchiha clones with katanas at the ready. Itachi began alone, stabbing Hokuto with his sword. 2, 3, 4, 100, 1,000. Uchiha finished, interrupting Tsukiyomi. Hokuto collapsed to the floor, or a chimera, so I decided not to play with you. Itachi said, in a calm voice as always, bitch. I have to destroy the academy. Kirya, help me. Hokuto shouted, but he couldn't continue. His body was flattened by Red Sasano's fist. Come on, I shouted, beating off Kirya's scythe. Our blades collided, and the dance went on, releasing sparks. Both of them had a psychopathic smile on their faces. In 20 minutes, damn it. Kirya jumped back, holding on to the stump of his arm. Is that all? Are you not capable of anything without a braid? I asked, with a bored tone. Oh, well, I said, folding the seals. The flame of Kitsune Purgatory. I sent a red flame from my mouth towards Kirya, which consumed him. I turned to Itachi, who was beside me with a Sharingan. Copied it? This will come in handy for you. I smiled. Yeah, thanks for the strong technique. Itachi said, let's go home, beautiful. I laughed. Naruto is an infection. Itachi ran after me. You have destroyed 4 classrooms in the academy. Uzumaki-san, I will have to expel you, said Mikagami, director. Well, don't give the letter to the Hokage, I'll surprise the old man. I said, well, I think Danzo-san will appreciate it. Mikagami smiled. Then I'm going with Naruto. Moka said, your father will tear my head off. Mikagami sighed. If he finds out who I left with, he will, to put it mildly, be glad, maybe even destroy half the world with joy. Moka laughed. Okay, here are the documents, and thank you for eliminating the antithesis. He thanked Mikagami. Yeah, but Itachi and I put explosive seals on the way to the office. I mumbled, if several offices were smashed and the lower floor was touched, then the seals were of high rank. Moka said, I created these seals, under the teaching of the flea. I said, who are you calling a flea? Kitsune asked, appearing behind me. Kurama raised her fist, but I summoned a Scolopendra, took Moka in my arms and, standing on her, rode away from the evil fox. Kira, hurry up, I shouted. Yes, sir. A female voice answered. Naruto, I want you to meet my father. Moka said, where should I run? Kira asked, to the west through the tunnel. In the distance the castle will be visible to us there. Moka said, gripping me tighter, trust me. I told Moka I always trust you. Moka kissed me, biting my lip and drinking some of my blood. Kira, thank you. I said, releasing the wings of two scolopendras, taking off into the air, rushed to the point that Moka indicated, the castle of the Acacia family. Darling, it seems, Moka decided to come to visit. Issa said as he sipped his coffee, yeah, and not alone, this chakra is like Kushina's. Akashia's eyes widened. You didn't know? Naruto Uzumaki is studying with our daughter and he loves her. Issa smiled. I thought he was dead, just like his parents. Akashia said in shock, and he doesn't care about the outside. Do you know what happened recently? Issa asked. No. Akashia became interested. Issa told Akashia about the case with Moka and Jin, and about Naruto who tortured him. Ahahahaha. Clearly, so I was wrong about Omote's sanity. Akashia laughed. Wait, did they have the same thing? Akashia asked like a child. It was every day 10 times a day. I had to cut off the connection after kissing. Issa smiled. We will have grandchildren. Akashia shouted. Hahaha, you're a real Uzumaki. Issa laughed that I in 20 minutes, landing near the entrance, I went with Moka in my arms. Put it down. Asked Moka, I'm not going. I answered with a smile. Moka put her head on my shoulder and fell asleep. Really? How is it? I was surprised, and how to open the door? I asked, from the foot, let him know his place. Moka replied in a sleepy voice, Sleeping Beauty. I said kindly, wake me up then. Moka smiled, kissing Moka on the lips, who responded to the kiss. I put Moka down on the steps. Look how it should be. I went to the huge door of the Moka. Moka struck with a roundhouse kick, knocking out the gate-like doors that flew into the hall of the castle. I'm home. Moka smiled, as she used to in childhood. I became myself thanks to you, my beloved. Moka came up to Naruto and hugged him. Thanks. A few tears fell from Moki's eyes. Hugging Moka, and releasing her after a minute, we entered the castle. Welcome home, daughter. Issa smiled as he descended from the second floor. Moka rushed to her father, who spread his arms to the sides. Wow, how strong we are. Issa croaked. Note. Issa looks the same as in the anime Rosario Vampire, the last episodes of the second season, when the stupid asshole then Bish Tsukun wanted to return to Omote without spitting on Uru. Ader's opinion. I hate Tsukun because he doesn't care about Uru and the fact that she is a real Moka, just the dumbest GG in the entire anime industry. I don't like Issa's version in the manga. Akashia looks like a tall girl in a black coat with red eyes and the same eyes. Akashia is a vampire, because of Issa's blood, who loves his wife madly. He also loves Moka and is ready to do anything for her. The character of Issa is different from the canon. In the canon of Issa, it was somehow spitting on Moka, but not in my fan fiction. Are you Naruto Kushina's son? Akashia asked as she descended the stairs of the second floor. What is this aura? She's like a chicken in anger. By the way, where is she? I asked myself. Yes, I'm Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. I introduced myself. Akashia hugged me, squeezing me in a hug. You're alive. I thought you died like your mother. Akashia began to cry. Moka said that you were friends. Can you tell me? I asked when I was released. Yes, I can. Akashia replied, wiping away her tears. Naruto, thank you for Moka. Issa bowed his head. Come on. I spread my hands. There was a crash near the castle. Naruto. You forgot to answer for the flea. Kurama's voice boomed in the form of a fox, which began to form a Biju bomb. Yours. I cried out, calling for 10 Scolopedra, which wrapped around Kurama and bit her. The fox collapsed in the yard. This call is very rare. Issa was surprised, and he has a perfect command of summoning. Akashia added, Kurama, wake up. I shouted, Kurama is behind you, Madara. I shouted, why? Kitsune jumped up, the fox's appearance was asleep. "Oh, you infection!" Kitsune hissed, but quieted down. "I saw a scolopendra coming out of my sleeve. I get down on one knee. "I'm sorry, Kumi." I said, "I forgive you." The chicken pouted. "He's befriended the fox queen." Acacia lost consciousness. 2 days have passed. During this time, I learned a lot about my mother and father from Issa, and the next day, Moki and I started training, and so take a brush and print these symbols on paper. Acacia taught me, having suffered, I created a seal, a barrier that she can. I asked, forms a barrier on the walls, protecting them, and even your fox will not destroy it. Acacia smiled, "Wow." I was surprised. The seal becomes stronger if it is written in blood. Acacia gave me a hint. "Thank you, Acacia-san." I thanked him. "You're welcome, thank you for my daughter." Acacia said, "There was a crash in the castle. Issa broke through a wall, flying into another." "Wow, and why did your strength grow so much?" Issa asked. "Love, she made me stronger." Moka replied in a cold voice, "Your look, Moka, don't look like that, it hurts me." Issa asked, "During a fight, a cold mind is needed. My friend Uchiha Sasuke taught me this, and then Itachi Uchiha supplemented this concept." Moka answered, "I see, then I'll get serious too, just with you and Naruto." Issa stood up, brushing the dust from his cloak. Next to Moka and a flock of scolopendras, I appear. "Let's go to the training ground," Issa said as he left the castle. Polygon. Issa was walking with his back to us, and I took advantage of that. Kato. Phoenix flowers. I sent fire shurikens towards Issa, who evaporated. Issa appeared in a white flash behind Moka, but he had to dodge his daughter's high kick. The dodging Issa received a red sphere in the stomach, which caused him to spin and fly into the fence, bending steel rods. "Damn, the technique is stronger than your father's, damn it." Issa jumped away from the fireball's impact zone. Futon rush of death. I folded the seals. The wind blades headed towards Issa, wanting to cut him into pieces, and so it happened, but Issa crumbled into bats. Issa, concentrating on Naruto, did not notice the Moka that hit him in the side with his feet, sending him flying. As I didn't notice her, my perception weakened. But why? Issa was surprised. With a flash of his eyes, Issa threw Moka away from him, but weakly, Moka landed on her feet. He will never hurt his daughter. He gives her the opportunity to dodge and strike, but only now he misses the blows, not because he gives in, but because the speed of Moki is simply huge. Her speed is just incredible. Issa was surprised, dodging a hail of blows, catching Moki's leg. He threw it away from him to the right. Futon. Vacuum gun. I sent a sphere out of the air into Issa's stomach. Issa crashed into a large tree. Then Moka was waiting for him, who kicked him in the stomach, punched the tree with her father's body and raised her hand to strike. Lightning, thunderclap. Moka said the spell. A ray of energy shot out of Moki's palm, which hit Issa. A spell? Something new. Issa said, running away from the duo, Kato the twin dragons. He folded the seals and sent 10 heads of fire to Issa. Issa dodged even though his cloak was grazed. After putting out the fire, Issa sent a gust of air into Naruto, from which I flew away, punching 4 trees, very strong. I can't imagine what her mom is capable of. I was surprised getting up. Naruto, come on. Kira shouted in my subconscious. Scolopendra is a stream of darkness. I said, releasing the darkness towards Issa, which engulfed him. Scolopendra, poison him. I screamed and the darkness exploded, purple. The haze dissipated and I saw Issa clothed with wings that protected him. Moving to him, I waved my hand. The Scolopendra wrapped around Issa, digging into him with its paws and letting in liters of poison. Issa's face turned slightly crimson. What? I asked. The poison is useless, Issa said, tearing the Scolopendra and hitting me in the stomach with a roundhouse kick. Having flown 10 meters away from him, I was grabbed by the head and sent back, but I did not reach 2 meters, flew into the ground from Issa's blow to my chest. Well done, you made me fight 20%. Issa said, crunching his neck and giving me a hand with which I got up. Why didn't you use Kurama-sama's power? Issa asked. I want to fight on my own, and use Kurama's power in critical situations. I answered, well done. Issa patted me on the shoulder, especially you. If you want to learn spells, then I'll help you, although it's easier to use imagination for spells. Issa said. If I want to, I'll ask you. Moka replied with a smile that we went to the castle, because tomorrow we have to go to the village. Here it is, a damn village that will soon be on fire. The demon is back. I grinned, standing on the Hokage mountain with Moka. So this is what Konoha looks like. Moka handed it over. Yeah, let's go to the residence, I said, taking the girl by the hands and led her down the mountain. 20 minutes later. On the way to the residence, everyone was staring at us. There was surprise in the eyes of the residents. Is this Naruto or something? Ino was surprised. His girlfriend is a beauty, Sakura said enthusiastically. After going to the residence, going up to the second floor, I knocked. Come in, said the fifth Hokage. Hi old man, I'm back. I entered the office with Moka. Naruto? Danzo was surprised. Well, yes, or do you have sclerosis? I quipped, you're definitely Naruto. Come and sit down and let your companion into the office. Hello Danzo-sama. Moka said hello, just Danzo, and who are you Naruto? Danzo asked, interested. I am Acacia Moka, Naruto's girlfriend. Moka answered by sitting on a chair in front of the Hokage's desk. Danzo smiled, but then frowned. Naruto, you need to hide it, you know what I mean. Danzo said, pressure lever, right? I grinned. I'm a vampire. Old men with sharingans in their hands are not my equal. Moka said, I understand everything, Moka-san, but these old people have more connections and more power. Danzo clenched his fists. Maybe kill them now and be done with it. Smashed Sasuke's window. Sasuke, you're sick of breaking windows in my office, Danzo shouted, approaching Uchiha. Danzo sighed and sat down at the table. Koharu and Hamura are not in the village, as if they don't exist, Danzo said as he poured sake and knocked over the glass. This has its advantages. I can take my parents' house and become a shinobi, and then when they come, we will kill them, I said, getting up. I agree, Danzo said, taking the keys out of the nightstand and throwing them into my hands. Tomorrow I'm waiting in Sasuke's office, Naruto. Danzo said, yes, Hokage herself. I answered with Sasuke. I'm Sasuke and Moka are gone. Hi Sasuke. Moka said, hi, welcome back. Sasuke smiled. Thanks. I smiled back. Walking to the Uzumaki quarter, I saw a large house with 3 floors. So mom wanted to return the Uzumaki clan to Konoha? I muttered, everything can be. Sasuke answered, when did you become a jonin? I asked, opening the door. A couple of days ago. Uchiha answered, you will become one too. Sasuke said, I'll be in Umbu Hokage. I answered, taking off my shoes, as you want, although I'm with you. Sasuke smiled. There wasn't a speck of dust in the house. Going into the kitchen, I wanted to open the refrigerator, which was full of food, and everything was not lost. Few seals to preserve the original appearance. I saw the seal on the refrigerator door. Kurama appeared next to me. Haiku. Sasuke smiled as he approached the fox. Hi Sasuke. Kurama replied that we sat down at the table. I managed to brew coffee and pour it into cups. What are you going to do? Sasuke asked. I will see Irika and Konohamaru. I want to teach him techniques so that he can stand up for himself. I answered, he's tired of asking me when Naruto's brother is coming. Sasuke smiled. That's how. I drawled. And after that? I asked Sasuke a question. I'll go to the Yamanaka flower shop, buy flowers, I'll take them to the graves. I said. Sasuke's eyes dimmed. I'm sorry I asked. Uchiha lowered his head. Nothing. I got up from the slot and slapped him on the shoulder. I'll be back in the evening, make yourself comfortable, Moka will show you Konoha tomorrow. I turned around before I left, okay. Moka answered that in 5 minutes, Academy of Future Shinobi. Mizuki-sensei, where is Irika? I entered the office where the white-haired man was signing some documents. Wow, Naruto, are you? Mizuki stood up and shook my hand. Mizuki is kind, he's in the director's office, you can congratulate him. Mizuki whispered in my ear, but I didn't tell you anything, and he'll blow my head off. Added Mizuki, well, it was nice to see you. I smiled and left the office, heading to the director's office. How did you grow up? I hope you'll show this village who they called a demon. Mizuki smiled a crazy smile, and sat down to write papers. When I got to the director's office, I knocked, but there was no response. Quietly opening the door, I went inside. Irika was sleeping on the floor, drooling, and muttering to himself, Naruto, I'm proud of you, when will you come? Covering Irika with a blanket that was on the couch in the office, I've been waiting to meet you too, you replaced my father. I said, Naruto? Irika wanted to get up, then sleep for now. Come to Minato's house tomorrow, I'll introduce you to my girlfriend. I said, good, congratulations. Tears came from Irika's eyes, which disappeared when he fell asleep. Sarutobi house. I knocked on the door. Is that Sasuke? Konohamaru muttered, hi, brother. I smiled that I was knocked down and hugged tightly. I missed you, you weren't gr. It's been 4 years, brother. Konohamaru started crying, come on. I patted him on the head. We went to landfill number 7, show me a cool technique. Konohamaru's eyes lit up with fire, ha. Yes, I'll show you. I answered, Polygon. Konohamaru, listen, Rasengan requires extremely precise control of the chakra, which usually only a few ninjas are naturally endowed with. For this reason, it is very difficult to master this technique. In order to help achieve the necessary level of chakra control, Rasengan training is divided into 3 stages. I said with an intelligent look, good. What should I do? Konohamaru asked, looking at me seriously, and the kid has changed, he will be a good shinobi. I smiled at my thoughts. The first stage is rotation. I threw a ball of water into Konohamaru's hands. You have to direct the chakra into it, under different directions. You can do Zavi. And there, when the ball breaks, we will proceed to the second stage. I said, sitting on a tree, have you decided to teach him Rasengan? Sasuke asked, appearing next to me and sitting on a branch. And why not? The late Hiruzen said he had potential. I lit a cigarette. Yes, there is, and huge. I taught him Kato, he learned 5 techniques in a day. Sasuke said, also lighting a cigarette. That is, he is at the level of Chunin at the age of 12? Moka asked, appearing next to me in a black flame, maybe stronger. I said, there was a bang. I jumped down from the tree. Well done, I worked longer on the first stage. I praised Konohamaru, I will surpass you, brother. He held out his fist to Konohamaru, I have no doubt. I hit Konohamaru with my fist. After giving Konohamaru a rubber ball, I started, the second stage is strength. The ball is empty inside and the rubber is thick, you have to increase the volume and density of the chakra and blow up the ball. I said, in words, everything is simple. Konohamaru concentrated, good luck, tomorrow you will show the result. I said, thank you, brother. Konohamaru shouted after me when I was leaving with Sasuke and Moka, he's great, maybe, will surpass me whenever. I smiled as I walked towards the Yamanaka store, flower shop. Sasuke, aren't you coming in? I asked with a grin, and no, I'll stand outside the door. Uchiha answered, should I tell Kurama that girls are harassing you? I laughed, she'll tear it to shreds. Uchiha objected, so let him vomit, soon all the inhabitants will be slaughtered. I grinned, crazy. Uchiha sighed, you're the same. I opened the door to the store, we're both nuts. Uchiha grinned, Naruto? Ino was surprised, hi Ino, I need flowers, 12 chrysanthemums and a bouquet of roses, blood red. I said, now. Ino left. After handing me the flowers, I paid. After giving the bouquet to Moka, I left the store. Sasuke here. I gave 4 chrysanthemums to a friend. Okay, I'll go with you. Uchiha sighed, well, I'll take the Moka from you. Kurama appeared and disappeared with Moka. Cemetery. Sasuke put 2 flowers on the grave of his father and mother. I put 2 flowers each to my father and mother. After putting flowers on Shirsue's grave, I went to my sister's gravestone. After putting the flowers down, I left. Sasuke was waiting for me at the exit. Let's go to the bar, we need a drink. I said, I agree. Uchiha answered, Moka, let's go to the store, we'll buy you clothes. Kitsune said, come on. Kurama replied, did you call the Hokage yourself? Naruto and Sasuke asked, appearing in Danzo's office in Umbu uniform. Fox, Hawk, yes, I called, I have a mission for you. Danzo began, a dangerous group of robbers has recently appeared, which it is desirable to eliminate. He gave the scroll to Danzo, which Sasuke took. Why don't you entrust it to the root? I asked. They've got enough to do. Danzo answered, when to leave? Sasuke asked, what so immediately, do you not know how many of them? Danzo asked, I don't care. I answered, well, okay, you can send it in an hour, all the information is in the scroll. Gave instructions to Danzo. We set off immediately. The robbers were on the border of the village of Sound. Maybe we'll meet Orochimaru. I said, jumping from one tree to another, it will be fun if your words turn out to be true. Sasuke said as he caught up with me, let's see what we're worth. I said, speeding up. In 2 days, here we are. The old man made a little mistake, we are next to the sun, not the sound. Sasuke said, looking around, it's probably there. I drawled, pointing my finger at a tall building, maybe, though, it fits the description. Uchiha said, taking out a katana, heading towards the building, which had 6 floors, 3 buggies blocked our way. The head is not waiting for you, Umbu Konoha. He held out the first one. Well, then we'll go. Uchiha answered. We turned around, took 10 steps, and abruptly turned around, sent 2 fireballs into a duet that did not expect this from us. Your 3 floors are mine, the rest. Sasuke said, 3 by 3, I like it. I answered by jumping to the 4th floor, using the strengthening of the legs with the chakra. Uchiha just went for a break. Naruto, finding myself on the 4th floor, I flew into one of the offices. What the fuck? The guy asked that I take off the guy's head and start a massacre, mowing down the office. I was covered in blood, 20 people were dead. Before the flight, I put a seal of silence on the whole building. As a result, no one heard the screams and sounds of fighting. Passing by the doors, I put explosive seals. Going up to the 5th floor, I burned it with a stream of kitsune flame, which turned the whole floor into ashes. On the 6th floor, I created 10 clones that folded the seals and shouted, Fuinjutsu. Death penalty barrier. 10 voices said, there were 100 people on the whole floor that were in the offices. Suddenly they all had their heads blown off. Explosion. I said, and the 4th floor collapsed, the upper floors sagged, if I may say so. Sasuke. I mowed down enemies left and right. Suddenly, an explosion was heard. I was on the 3rd floor when suddenly I had to fly out of the building, which began to collapse. You lay down. Uchiha asked, shouting at the blonde, and what fun. I laughed. Jerk. I gave myself half a Sasuke. The house from the top floor was falling down, folding up like a house of cards. By the way, Sasuke, it's time for you to see someone. I said cryptically. After folding the 2 seals, I summoned Itachi from the spatial pocket on my wrist. Hello little brother. Itachi smiled. And Itachi? Sasuke's eyes widened. Were you expecting someone else? Itachi grinned. I hope you won't beat me like Naruto. Itachi raised an eyebrow. No, I won't, I'll kill you on. Why the hell didn't you come to me? Sasuke attacked Itachi. What the hell, you didn't tell me everything from the beginning? Sasuke struck punches from which Uchiha Sr. dodged. Sasuke was exhausted after 10 minutes, and Itachi began to fall and picked him up. Stupid Ni-sen, you suffered, for the sake of this GRO village. Sasuke said, it's okay, I'm with you Sasuke. Itachi smiled, hugging his younger brother. Sasuke fell asleep. Itachi took him on his back. Let's go home Itachi. I put my hand on his shoulder and moved us home. At home, I'm home. I said, finally. Moka muttered that she was sitting on a chair in a black dress. You're beautiful. I kissed her on the lips. Thanks. Moka responded to the kiss. Hi Moka. Itachi greeted him, carrying Sasuke on his back. Hi Itachi, what's up with Sasuke? Moka asked, sleeping. Uchiha Sr. answered, Naru, where is his room? Itachi asked, on top, just like yours. I answered, sitting Kushi on my lap, and combing his fur. Itachi took Sasuke into the room, carefully laid him on the sofa and covered him with a blanket. Going down to the bottom, I saw Naruto standing on the balcony and talking to Iruka. A pink glow appeared in the kitchen, from where a happy Moka came out. Naruto and Iruka came out of the balcony. Have you absorbed Omote? I asked. Yeah, I merged with her, becoming myself. Moka smiled. That we sat down in the kitchen. Kurama went to Sasuke, lay down to him and tied his tails in his arms. Moka went to bed. I promised that I would go to bed with her soon. That I sat with Itachi and Iruka and drank coffee, talking, walking around Konoha. I was thinking, so Jiraiya left, find out who the leader of the Akatsuki is. I hope the Godfather doesn't die. Sasuke trains with Itachi. Moka sleeps accumulating strength. Kurama in the world of foxes. A familiar voice distracted me from my thoughts. Naruto, are you back? Niji asked. Niji, haven't seen you for a long time. We shook hands. Are you growing your hair? Niji asked after looking at my shoulder. Length hair like Minato's. Yeah. I answered, that's right, hair is sacred. Let's go to the landfill, I want to test you. Asked Niji, come on, we haven't sparred for a long time. I answered, and moved us to polygon number 7. Naruto vs Niji. When we moved, Niji and I jumped away from each other. Soft fist. Niji said, directing an air attack at me. I dodged, sending a fireball at him. Kaiten. Niji spun in place, forming a blue semicircle. The fire hitting Kirin dissipated. He has become stronger. He seems to add a wind chakra, and quite strong. I wondered. Niji moved behind me. 8 trigrams of 128 heaven strikes. Said Niji, carrying punches at me. After the last 128th blow, I flew away. Damn, already 128 strokes of heaven. I remember it was .ovo after 64. I groaned as I stood up. I know you're damn strong, I'll be cunning. Said Niji. 8 trigrams squall of wind. Niji shouted and his palms went spheres of wind. Kato. The song of the fire dragons. I answered. The spheres of air and the heads of the dragons collided, destroying each other. 8 trigrams. The palm of the sound cannon hit Niji in the air. A whistle hit my ears, which caused blood to flow from my ears. Wow. I was surprised. Futon vacuum barrier. I folded the seals, forming a windy barrier around me. Not so fast. 8 trigrams mountain destroyer. Niji directed a huge flow of chakra at me with a palm strike gesture. The barrier collapsed. I flew into a tree. After punching a couple of 10s, I braked. Niji fell to one knee from chakra exhaustion. Being behind him, I put a katana to his throat. You won. Niji smiled. That I take Niji's hand and throw it over my shoulder. I brought him to the Hyuga quarter. Hello Hiahi-san. I said, hi Naruto, how are you? Hayashi asked, okay, I'm here with Niji. I started, I know, it's not the first one. Niji smiled. After leaving the Hyuga quarter, I walked along Konoha. Look, it's him. Yes, a demon, he's back. We need to teach him a lesson. A guy threw a bottle at me. Catching the bottle, I throw it at the man, hitting him in the head. Several people rushed at me with a scream. In hand-to-hand combat, I neutralized them. Well, how did he neutralize The first one broke his chest with a kick that he put his hands behind the other's back and broke them. The creature, demon fox, die, residents shouted attacking me, only after you. I grinned as I took out my katana. What the fuck is going on there? Kurama asked, a fight probably. Moka said let's go home. Moka said, holding shopping bags, there's Naruto. Kurama said how two girls felt the thirst for murder, and screams, dropping the bags, the girls ran towards the carnage, taking my head off the shoulders of my grandfather, who moved towards me with an iron rod. I sent a fireball that I in 10 minutes, Naruto enough. The chicken grabbed me with its tails. What happened? Sasuke came with Itachi, here's what. Uchiha Jr. relaxed, Konoha Hospital. What are you doing, you idiot? They are civilians. Sakura screamed in a rage, shut up, Pinky. Or I'll kill you, I'll do whatever I want. I answered rudely, Sasuke-kun, tell him. Sakura pleaded, no, I won't tell him, I'm not his master. Uchiha answered, not the owner? This demon must serve you. Sakura screamed, hey, you stupid fool. Moka said, hitting Sakura in the stomach with her fist, breaking her rib cage. The next kick with a roundhouse kick sent Sakura flying into the wall towards the entrance. Moka approached Sakura unconsciously, to serve? Are you serious? How can such a weakling tell Uchiha what to do? Moka asked, stepping on Sakura's chest, pressing the broken bones into the internal organs. Enough, Moka. I said, releasing ki, okay. Moka sighed. Moka turned around and walked away. You. How dare you hit my student? Tsunade screamed, raising her leg to strike. Moka grabbed Tsunade's leg and hit her on the floor. Cracks appeared on the floor. Moka kicked, leg sent Tsunade sliding on the floor, attacking a vampire. You must be brave. Moka said, walking up to Tsunade. Tsunade raised her fist to strike. Moka intercepted Sanen's hand, broke it and hit him in the stomach with a turn with her foot, breaking bones and throwing Tsunade away from herself, who choked on blood and passed out. Trash. Moka said contemptuously, she became stronger, much. Her level is at the Kage level. Sasuke was surprised, maybe more. I added Darete Naruto's house. Oh, damn, what a mess you've made. Danzo sighed as he sipped his tea. Maybe this will help to make amends? I put the scroll on the table. Is this, forbidden wind techniques? Danzo was surprised. Yes, you're crazy about powerful jutsu. I smiled, do whatever you want. Danzo answered, and I'm going to study a new wealth. Danzo ran out of the office. Yeah. I sighed. Evening that I went into the room I shared with Moka that I was kicked on the bed. Wow. I was surprised. I'm in a good mood, today I'm on top. Moka smiled, taking off her robe, under which she was in her underwear. Hokage's office. I Sasuke, Kurama and Moka with Itachi were standing in front of Danzo. There were several toads in the office besides us. How would I start? Fukasaku started, tell it like it is. Sasuke shouted, Jiraiya. He fell in battle, everyone froze. Moka felt Naruto's pain. Since she is a vampire she can feel emotions with empathy. What? This is a joke, the old man couldn't. Sasuke's hands were shaking. Damn your eyes. Sasuke took hold of his eyes, from which blood began to flow. Itachi approached Sasuke and knocked him out, taking him in his arms and moved. And you're Minato's son, aren't you? Shima asked. Yes, the son of Minato and the dark child from the prophecy. I answered, what makes you think that? Fukasaku asked, it doesn't matter. I answered, taking Moka and Kurama by the hands, I moved them into the house. I need to be alone. I said and went to the balcony. I smoke a cigarette. 1 second, I have already forgotten how long I stand on the balcony and smoke. The next day, Naruto Sasuke needs an eye transplant. Itachi said, Sakura is dead, and Tsunade is in a coma. Kurama will help. I said, Itachi, Sasuke and Kurama went to the basement, where Kurama transplanted 2 Uchiha. In 2 days, Naruto was on a mission, Moka and Sasuke were talking. A knock on the door, I'll open it. Sasuke got up and went from the kitchen to the hallway. Opening the door, Sasuke froze. On the threshold stood a living, Sasuke Uchiha, you're dead, or I'm hallucinating. Sasuke said, not noticing that he was crying. I initiated my death so that the elders would think I was dead. Sasuke said calmly, you're a fool, do you know what kind of pain you caused Naruto? Sasuke shouted, no, I don't know, Sasuke said, lowering her head, you were dear to him, you replaced his mother. And then you died. Sasuke couldn't finish and prevented him from speaking. Itachi, coming down the stairs, froze without going down. Sasuke? Itachi's voice was quiet, there was a misunderstanding in it. Itachi staggered and fell down the stairs. Sasuke pushed Sasuke away and rushed to Uchiha Senior. In 2 hours, so you're Naruto's girlfriend, and you're Kyuubi. Sasuke was sitting in the kitchen. Sasuke was with his brother all this time, calming him down, because he was hysterical. I don't believe it, I saw her die, it can't be. Itachi closed his eyes and started crying. Sasuke, you understand, I saw her death. Uchiha the elder shouted, but fell silent when Sasuke hugged him. I understand everything, but when Naruto comes, we'll have to calm him down. Sasuke whispered, after 2 days. I came back from the mission, handed in the Danzo report and went home in a good mood. I didn't know there was a guest from the past at home. I'm home. I shouted, taking off my shoes, Naruto is waiting for you on the 2nd floor, the far room on the left. No need for Sasuke, I'm already going down. Sasuke said. I froze, I forgot how to breathe, because I saw the one that was dear to me. Is this a joke? I asked. No, not a joke, I'm alive as you can see. Sasuke replied, no, it can't be, you died at the hands of Homura, who took your eye. I don't believe. My voice was becoming raspy, hoarse. I had to make you think I was dead. Sasuke said. I moved to my room. I clutched my head, tears came out of my eyes. Why did she do that? No, don't think she's alive, but I can't accept that you're alive, little sister. I roared. Itachi flew into the room. Do you see her too? I asked. Yeah. Itachi replied in a weak voice, it hurts you more than me, how do you keep everything to yourself? And Itachi? I asked. Itachi sat down next to him. I'm thinking about other things, probably. It's really hard to think about something else here. The one I loved and thought was dead turned out to be alive. Uchiha said, lowering his head, maybe we're going crazy? I assumed I would like to believe that. Uchiha answered. POV mock, Naruto is not at home, he went to train Konohamaru together with Asuma. Sasuke and Itachi are also not at home, Kurama and Sasuke went somewhere. Boring. Moka sighed, leaning back in her chair. Naru, I miss you, your body. I went to the library, opened a book about vampires, I immersed myself in reading, and Kushina-san, she studied a lot about vampires, even abilities, although it's not surprising, she and my mom were rivals. The door opened, Naruto came into the house. Coming out of the library, I found myself in front of him, and took us to a room. It is clear for what business. End POV mock, leaving the room, completely tired, because a lemon marathon with a vampire is exhausting, especially a 5-hour one. After putting on my favorite raincoat, I lit a cigarette, going to the balcony. Along the way, suddenly a shadow flew into the house, breaking the windows. So it was you who subdued my little sister. A girl with red hair tied in 2 ponytails and a small stature, with a bat on her shoulder, shouted, Sister, who are you talking about? I asked. Moka Acacia is my older sister. Said the girl. Moka said that her sisters don't care about her. I answered. Your name? I asked a question. Kokoa Shusen. Kokoa answered loudly, stepsister means you are not relatives, what do you care about my girlfriend? I asked, let Ki out, his aura is like his father's. Kokoa was surprised. Koko? Moka asked, coming down from the second floor. Moka. Kokoa rushed to hug Moka. Let's get out of here. Let's go home. Kokoa smiled. No, I live with Naruto, the place that you call home is not for me. Moka replied, pushing her younger sister away from her. Then I'll take you by force. Kokoa said, turning the bat into a bat. Kokoa swung, trying to hit Moka on the head. Moki's eyes flashed, and Kokoa was thrown into the wall. So that's how it works. I thought my father's technique would be more complicated. Moka mumbled to herself, Kokoa, our father knows who I live with, and he is happy about it, but your mother does not order me. I will not return to the place where I am alone, I have no place there. Moka said and came to me. Well, that's fine. Kokoa answered and disappeared from the house. Aren't you cruel to her? Asked Li, hugging Moka. No. Moka kissed me. Shall we continue? Moka smiled. There's no one at home, I'm all yours. Moka unbuttoned her robe, under which she was naked. In a couple of hours, Shursui enters the house with Kurama. Shursui walked into the hallway, where there were 2 sofas, and heard the sounds of women moaning. Looking out from around the corner, Shursui saw that Moka was hanging over Naruto. Naruto's head was between the vampire's legs. What are you doing here? Shursui asked, as red as a cancer. Love. Moka answered, this is being done in the room. Shursui screamed. Naruto and Moka were surrounded by black flames, and they disappeared. Kurama, why didn't you warn me about this? Shursui cried out indignantly. And why? For example, I do it with Sasuke everywhere. Kurama smiled. 4 hours later, both Uchiha entered the house. Konoha Gate, who are you? The guard asked. I'm Pain God. A guy with piercings on his face and eyes like ripples of water answered. Until now, Pain, we need a Kyuubi, we'll get Gyuki after. As long as the Jinchuriki are in the list, he is not a hindrance. A masked man was shouting. He's dangerous, are you sure Nagato will win? A blue-haired girl with a flower on her head that protruded in the form of a hairpin asked, yes, I can win because I am a god. Pain replied, when will Madara move out? Pain asked, the sooner the better. The masked man said and disappeared into the funnel. Be careful Nagato. The girl said with concern. It's all right, Conan. Pain replied in a soft voice. Meanwhile, in the land of fire, the house of the feudal lord, Madara, accepted our offer. Koharu Yuton said while drinking a glass of sake, yes, soon Danzo will die and I will become Hokage. Hamura Yuton said if Uzumaki wins, declare a hunt for him, amuse the old man. Said the feudal lord of the land of fire, okay, Shursui will become your whore. Koharu said, no, give me a vampire. The feudal lord smiled, okay. Hamura replied, Konoha is the current time, this is Akatsuki. The guy did not have time to finish, his chest was pierced, with a black armature that literally came out of the guy's hand with a piercing. In 15 minutes the center of Konoha, summoning technique. Said the way of the beast. 7 silhouettes in black chlamydia with patterns of red clouds appeared in the center of Konoha, let's start. Devis said. 7 silhouettes jumped to different parts of Konoha. Meanwhile, in the residence, we have guests. I said, what do you mean? Danzo asked, old man, cure your sclerosis already, I put barriers to detection yesterday. So, 7 people came to us, the chakra is very strong like me, Sasuke, Itachi, and you. I chewed it up for him, your mother. Danzo swore. If it's the bastards who killed Jiraiya, I'll kill them personally. Sasuke gritted his teeth. Tsunade is in a coma, so there will be losses if the chakra is so strong. Then, Shikamaru started, it's Akatsuki. Itachi said, Itachi, where is your agent? Danzo asked, he arrived in Konoha recently. Uchiha Sr. answered, Itachi, who is this? Sasuke asked. Kisame. I smiled, that's right. Itachi smiled back, great, we'll need it. Danzo muttered, Moka, be at home, I don't want you to get hurt. I said, but, Moka didn't finish. I moved her home. I made the house itself invisible. With the help of Fuin, I put up a barrier. This barrier will withstand the bomb of all tailed ones that I moved to the residence, Hokage-sama. I sat down on one knee, while I was in Umbu gear. I'm waiting for your order. I said. Bloody fox. Danzo began. Kill and destroy. There is no other order. Kill and destroy it. I finished for Danzo, with a crazy smile under the mask. After disappearing from the office, I noticed several scolopendras that were destroying the hospital. Have fun, Kira. I called a black scolopendra 20 meters long. Thank you, sir. Can I eat people? A female voice asked, necessarily. I grinned. Naruto? Nagi asked, running up to me. It's okay, concentrate on the opponents and don't relax. I said, folding the seals, Rinnegan, yes. Hyuga asked, standing next to me and standing in a stance. Me and Niji saw a girl with red hair and eyes like ripples on the water. Naruto Uzumaki, the call sign in Umbu is the bloody fox. You will come with me. The girl said, Anon. Don't you want to go? Kato, the fiery stream. I sent a stream of flame from my mouth, which covered the path of the beast. 8 trigrams, vacuum palm. Niji increased the flow of flame. The flames just hit the beast's path like a high-pressure hose. That's not all. Asuma shouted, Kato is a burning cloud of ashes. Asuma blew ash out of the mouth that surrounded the path of the beast. Asuma clenched his teeth and the flame broke out. The path of the beast came out completely burned. The summoning animal in the form of a panda was completely destroyed. Not bad. The girl said in a cold tone. A blur appeared next to Pain's body. A kick of tremendous force sent Pain into the ground, driving him like a nail. And this is the owner of Rinnegan? Pathetic trash. Moka snorted. Which one? What are you doing here? I shouted. Know your place, Uzumaki. Moka replied, piercing me with her gaze, making a gesture with his hand, a scolopendra, which flew out of the seal, which dissolved the body with its poison, hit Pain's body. Is one ready? Asuma asked, actually, 2. Sasuke said, dragging the Azura path behind him, flashing the eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. Excellent, there are 4 left and an unknown 5th, somewhere at the other end of the village. Where is Yuzu? Naraki began his journey. 2 ways destroyed. That a vampire is in Konoha and not alone? To Nagato's surprise, go on. Kokoa screamed, hitting the man's path with a spiked bat. On. Kokoa beat harder and harder, driving the man's path into the floor of one of the houses. Mistress, carefully. Familiar Ko shouted, Shinra Tensei. Said the path of the Deva, discarding Kokoa, which broke through several dozen houses and passed out. Kokoa was nailed to the house with black bars. A weak vampire is ready, but a strong one. I won't do anything, my Rinnegan can't keep up with her speed. The path of Deva took the path of man out of the earth. Amaterasu. Both Uchi said, directing the black flame into the path of the Preta, which simply absorbed the chakra. Susanoo's arrow. Sasuke said, noticing that Preta's body had relaxed. Residents, creatures, so it was you who arranged the death of Hiruzen and the attack on the leaf. Danzo shouted, yes, it's us and now die. Said the former elders of the leaf. Konoha, Kato's song of the twin dragons. I folded the seals and sent the heads of dragons on the way to Naraki. Naraki's path jumped back. The dragons hit the houses, destroying from under the clean. And if there were people there? Asked Naraki's way. I don't care, I'll kill everyone. I said, folding a new series of seals. What a scum you are. Naraki's way said. This village is to blame for this. Kato, the fiery destruction. I said, I'm releasing a wave of flame. Futon rush. Asuma said, intensifying the already strong flame. Naraka's path was consumed by flames and burned. Yasaki beads. Itachi said, firing Susanoo's humanoid arm. Amaterasu's arrow. Sasuke shouted, shooting an arrow of black flame. Preda's path did not expect such attacks, as he simply did not know about such abilities, and this was his mistake. 8 trigrams of 128 heaven strikes. Neji shouted, catching Konan by surprise when Hayashi attacked Konan with a vacuum palm from all sides. Konan's chakra was blocked. She was breathing heavily. I can't use the chakra because it's so fast. Konan was surprised when she noticed the silhouette rushing towards her, blow flying. Konan crashes into the Hokage rock, spitting blood, garbage, and this is an S-rank shinobi? Mach raised an eyebrow. Thank you, Moka-san. Said Neji, you're welcome. Moka moved to Naruto. Konan fell from Mount Konoha as a lifeless corpse. The path of a man questioning the inhabitants sensed danger. It's late, Kamui. Kakashi said, sucking Pain's body into the funnel. Konan, said the way of Deva, I will destroy it. Nagato roared as he flew into the air, I am a divine punishment. Shouted the way of the Virgin. I started to fold the seals. Me, Moka, Sasuke, Itachi, Konohamaru, Shisui, Neji were surrounded by a barrier. A couple of minutes later we were standing in the funnel. Creature, you did all the work for me. I began, dispelling the barrier. Damn, chakras are not enough. I have invested almost everything in this technique. Moka froze for a moment. Kokoa, what did you forget here? You died of your stupidity. It's good that I didn't get close to you. Moka said to herself, your eyes will suit me. I froze. Danzo? Which? I asked the question out loud. Pain grinned, finally noticed. He was killed by the elders, but I will disappoint you. They are no longer in the village. Pain's smile never left his lips. I lowered my head. A red chakra went from me, my own. The thirst for blood burst out, soaring into the air in the mode of the hermit Skalapendra. I grabbed Pain by the head, driving him into the ground. Futon Rasengan. I hit Pain's weakened body in the head. In 20 minutes. So that's what you look like. I hissed. I came to Pain alone. I left the others in the village. Kill me, I have nothing to live for. Nagato said, of course I will. I smiled like a psychopath. After the Rinnegan Naruto transplant and partial reconstruction of the village, Moka was sleeping with her lover in bed, hugging him. Meanwhile, Uzumaki is in the kitchen of the house. Damn elders. Sasuke has already knocked over the 10th stack of sake. They seized power by killing Danzo. Before dying, Danzo said about the place. Itachi handed it over. Flashback, Hokage's office. Naruto, if something happens, you will be welcome in the hidden cloud village. Danzo said, looking at me with concern. Don't rush to Hiruzen, old man. I knocked over a stack of sake. I'm serious. Shimura frowned. Your father was the best friend of the current Raikage. He will be glad to see you. Shimura began. You should know how mad he was when he found out Minato was dead and they made a scapegoat out of you. Shimura grinned, drinking a shot glass. If he touches you, I will destroy Konoha. I said. End flashback. A cloud? It's going to be a long way. Shisui said, with Naru's speed, it will be easy. Kurama stretched out, standing at the window. You can feel Naruto's emotions, right? Sasuke asked with concern. Yes, and they are full of pain. Kurama replied in a broken voice. I woke up, looked at Moka, who was hugging me. Moka. I called, eh? The vampire opened her eyes. If it starts, will you come with me to the cloud? I asked, even to heaven, I will always be with you. The vampire replied, hugging me harder. The next day at the residence, Naruto Uzumaki, Tsunade hissed while sitting at the Hokage's desk. Do you want revenge on that silver-haired one? Koharu asked, bring me to my office, Naruto and Moku. She gave the order to Tsunade. At home, there was a knock on the front door. Naruto-san and Moka herself summons you. Hokage. Said Umbu, we'll be there in 10 minutes. I answered, it's urgent. Umbu objected, I don't care if it's urgent or not. I slammed the door. It's a trap. Itachi said, and so I know, Moke wanted revenge. That's what the village pays to those who save it. You understand, Shursui, you defended the village of hypocrites and traitors. I said, lighting a cigarette, yes, I realized it a long time ago. The Uchiha replied, hanging her head. I will create 2 clones. When they disperse, we will leave. Not long ago on a mission, I was at the edge of the cloud, I put a label there. I said, making 2 clones of myself and Moki, we also have a place to go. Itachi said, the past refuge of you and Kisame? I asked Uchiha Senior. Itachi nodded, Kurama, you can go with Sasuke. I smiled, it's dangerous, suddenly we will be attacked. Uchiha Jr. shouted, well, then, I'll go back to print, see you later, my love. She kissed Kurama on Sasuke's lips. After 10 minutes, the clones came out. 20 minutes passed, and they dissipated. See you later, brother. I hugged Sasuke, come on Naruto, take care of yourself. Itachi hugged me, bye sis. I kissed Shursui on the cheek, taking Moka by the hand. I moved to the edge of the cloud. Itachi, Sasuke, Shursui moved to Kisame residence. Damn Naruto. And his whore. Shouted Tsunade, when suddenly, the hissing of explosive seals was heard in the office. The office exploded like an atomic bomb. More than 100 scolopendras, more than 20 meters long, burst out of the ground in Konoha. Goodbye Konoha. I clicked my finger. The scolopendras that got out of the ground began to destroy only the recovering Konoha after the attack of pain. Heartrending screams were heard through the streets. In the center of the Leaf Village stood a Naruto clone. Naruto-san, help us. One of the residents shouted. The clone grinned, covered with a red chakra. Moment later a Kubi towered over Konoha, concentrating the Biju lady. There was an explosion, another and another. The clone flew into the air, spreading his arms to the sides. Shinra Tensei, said the clone, destroying Konoha clean. Bloody clones, a useful thing. I mumbled, leaning against a tree. Naruto, are you okay? Moka asked, yes, in full. I answered, after putting a henge on our eyes. We went to the village of the hidden cloud. 1 day later. Who are you and for what purpose did you come to the cloud? The guard asked. Naruto Uzumaki, I need to see Raikage myself. I answered. The guard left his post and led us to the residence. Thanks, we'll do it ourselves. I smiled. The last floor, to the end and to the right. The guard said finally. I went up to the 4th floor and knocked. Come in. A man's voice said, sighing. I entered the office. The gloomy and slightly angry face of the Raikage became kind, and a smile appeared on his face. And here you are, Naruto. Hei smiled. Hello Raikage-sama. I bowed. I respected this man, as did Danzo. Just hey Naruto, enough of these formalities. Hei spread his hands. And you are a young lady who are Naruto? Hei asked, shifting his gaze to Moka. Moka Acacia, Naruto's girlfriend. Moka answered, that's how, it's good that a vampire looks after a blockhead like Naruto. Hei grinned, in the sense of a blockhead? I asked, you are the same as Minato, you climb into the very hell on missions, not caring about yourself. Reproach me Raikage, sighing, I realized what he was talking about. Recently, on an Umbu mission, I ran into Deidara and killed him, although it wasn't easy. After I went back to Konoha after killing the robbers, I ran into an immortal duo who had a Yujito research institute, unconscious. Even though you saved Yujito, you almost died yourself. Said Raikage. Moka looked at me with such a look that I swallowed. Hei smiled, remembering Kushina, who broke his bones from the fact that he accidentally wounded Minato in one of the sparring sessions with him. So I'll give you a room, Bai will take you to her, you will get acquainted with a fellow at the same time. Said Hei, okay. I nodded. A couple of minutes later, a muscular, dark-skinned guy entered the office. He had 8 swords on his back. He's a Kenjutsu master. I noticed. Are you Naruto, right? B asked. Yes. I answered. Extend the fist of the fox carrier. Bai extended his fist. We struck with our fists. Wow, so you're on good terms with the tailed one, it's a Nishtiak. Said B, did you want to spar? Hey asked, I don't mind. I answered, I will learn to use a katana better in one thing. I added, I don't advise Naruto, Bai is a real monster in Kenjutsu. Said hey, come on, bro, I'll kick the fox's ass if he's stupid during training like this. B said cheerfully, okay, I drawled. I've heard about Kira Bai, he's stronger than me if you look logically, swordsmanship is at the highest level, huge speed due to the lightning element, Biju's control is better than mine, though, yes, it's better that I started using the power of Kumi not long ago. In 20 minutes, here's your house, it's next to ours. Said B, how is Yujito? I asked, it's fine, he's grateful to you for saving him. B smiled, slapping me on the shoulder, which almost caused me to crash. That's good, 3 Jinchuriki left? I asked, yes, 3 of the most dangerous. Yujito said after leaving the house, thank you Uzumaki Naruto. She bowed to Yujito, it's not difficult for me to save Kurama's sister. I smiled, remembering that Kurama kissed me when I found out that I had saved Matatabi, then Moka barely dragged her away from me. A vampire? The real one? Yujito's eyes lit up, the real one. Moka showed her fangs, awesome. That's all Yujito said, having entered our temporary house with Moka, my beloved, and I went to bed. You can lose tomorrow, he's strong. Kurama warned me, I know, he is very strong, he can defeat the Raikage if he wants. I answered the fox. A moment later, the tails embraced me. Do you mind Moka if I hug him? Kurama asked, no, not against a friend. Moka smiled. 2 girls hugged me and I fell asleep in a couple of minutes. Polygon clouds, well, shall we start? I twisted one of the 8 katanas, come on. I answered, ready? Hey asked. We nodded, Hajime. Hey shouted, marking the start of the fight. B was standing in place, waiting for my actions, and I didn't keep myself waiting long. I put together a series of seals, send a fireball to Bai, jump into the air, simultaneously sending another fireball that he simply dodged by doing a backflip, and when he noticed another fireball, he cut it with a sword soaked in lightning chakra, landing on the ground. I had to put a block. Bi with his lasso flew into my chest, putting the block in time. I was just thrown away, after creating a couple dozen clones. I concentrated, I can't survive without the hermit mode. I closed my eyes, absorbing the chakra of nature. B was effortlessly chopping clones. Up to one point, the clones summoned katanas and began to crowd by, fool simpleton, do it like this. B took out all 8 swords and in an instant the clones scattered, twisting in one place like a bundle. B was coming at me with a wave of my hands, scolopendras flew out of my sleeves, yes. Fool simpleton, you.in or how? Bai asked, cutting 2 scolopendras, fuck me, go and fuck off. I found myself in front of the stopped Bai, hitting him in the stomach with a Rasengan, throwing him away from me. Wow, how? Well done, fool. B said, hitting me with a lasso and throwing me into the walls of the training ground or arena, your mother. I croaked. After opening the katana, I soaked it with the wind chakra. I grunted, taking out one sword. He soaked it with lightning chakra. Did you want training? You'll get it. B smiled, rushing at me. Clashing blades, we released a shower of sparks, retreating from each other. Bumping into each other again, we started dancing. There were cuts on my body that I wasn't going to heal, but there wasn't a scratch on B's body. After 10 minutes, I automatically activated Rinnegan, and began to push Bai, keeping up with his attacks. I kicked B away from me. That's enough. Said hey, AT, if it wasn't for Rinnegan, and if it was a real fight, I would have died. It flashed through my head, you have me, you idiot. Kurama shouted, Kumi, I don't want to bother you. I answered, fool. Kurama replied, Raikage came down with a smile. I told you he was dangerous. Hey smiled, I've seen it 100 times already. I answered. An ambassador appeared near the Raikage, giving him a scroll. Kage meeting. Read. Hey, Naruto, can you accompany me, along with Bai? Hey asked, no problem, maybe there will be one bastard. I hissed, do you think Madara will be there? Kurama asked, without conditionally. I answered, Naruto didn't even know how right he was. The country of iron. Hello Raikage-sama. Mei said when she saw Naruto, she licked her lips, a copy of Minato, only the hair is longer. Sasuke said, hello, Oanoki. Hey, you owe me a case of sake, didn't you forget? Oanoki asked, no, I have not forgotten, you will come to your office, you will be happy. Hey laughed as he sat down at the table. Naruto Uzumaki, I am grateful to you for the destruction of Konoha, it is rotten, your father raised it from his knees, established an alliance with all the villages, and then everything stopped. Raza said with a sigh. Oanoki nodded with a smile, pleased the old man, who would have thought that Tsunade would turn out to be such a bitch. Said Oanoki. Kakashi, Hamura, and some pale-skinned guy came into the office. Hatake noticed me nodding, but Sai looked with respect. It's like Sai, I saw him, in Konoha, he followed me, he protected me from the residents. I remembered. Hamura noticed me and got angry, but when he saw my insane grin, he slowed down. That I was slapped on the shoulder by Oanoki, who was floating in the air. I want the same. I said like a child, do you have wind? Oanoki asked, yeah. I nodded, what's in the replacement? Oanoki smiled. Wind storm. I said. Anoka's eyes almost fell out of their sockets. Forbidden technique, give it here. Sasuke shouted, after you. I retorted as a cheeky father, first he gives a cradle to a stone, and then he says, let's live together. Sasuke muttered. After printing the scroll at the same time as Sasuke, we gave them to each other. Let's start. Mifune entered. Sasuke-sama, Uzumaki-san. Caught Kakashi's attention. Oh well, you don't let the old man have fun. Oanoki sighed, and sitting down at a chair, he screamed, yes, there are 20 forbidden class techniques here. Ha ha ha. I laughed. In 5 minutes, Konoha, how did you survive? Raza asked with a sneer, none of your business, sand. Hamura replied. Your eye is Hamura-san, Shirsue's eye. Ao said that I pierced that bastard with my gaze, letting out a bloodlust. What a good bloodlust. Said the silhouette in the orange mask. Madara, no Uchiha Obito, come here scum. I shouted, Koto Amatsu, Hamura said when suddenly his head was cut off, just in time. Sasuke. Kakashi said, Uchiha Sasuke, thank you for helping the cloud. Hey said, holding out his hand to Uchiha. You're welcome, I was following Danzo-sama's orders. Said Sasuke respectfully, shaking hands. Give me the bijou. Obito said, to you. B said as he flew through the Obito, crashing into the wall. Uzumaki barrier, blood seal. I said, in a cold tone. What? Obito was surprised when a blood-red barrier surrounded him. I can't go to Kamui. He shouted in his head, training with Akashia has been beneficial. I grinned. Meanwhile, the houses are in the cloud. Moka. Akashia called out as she appeared in Moki's room. Mom. Moka hugged her mother. I came up with a test for Naruto. Akashia smiled. What kind of test? Moka asked, not letting go of her mother. We will make you a fake bride, and he will have to release you. Akashia smiled. He'll kill anyone who touches me. Moka answered. It won't be long, it's the elder's son. Akashia growled with disdain, that's how, I don't mind, to see him torn to shreds. Moka smiled, I don't like the idea myself, but I need to show that he is worthy of you, these are the fucking rules. Issa sighed, appearing in the room, okay, I'll write a letter. Moka said. Meanwhile, Naruto has. Obito was rushing from side to side, trying to get out of the barrier, so this bastard. Sasuke hissed, removing the bandages from Hamura's arm. Sharingans, of my clan, if I knew, I would torture him. Uchiha growled, fool simpleton, drink like this. He handed by a bottle of sake to Sasuke. Sasuke grabbed the bottle, drank it in one gulp and passed out with a smile. The fool simpleton does not know how to drink, what kind of asshole is that? He shook the bottle that was empty. Barrier, bloody torture. I smiled. Obito howled, blades of blood slashed across his body, blood gushed from his wounds. This went on for half an hour before Obito died. That's it. I said, Hokage will be Sasuke. I said, I agree. Said B. Yeah. Raza answered, if he gives me a couple of scrolls, then I agree. Said Oanoki. Neither. Agree. Uchiha got up drunk to the insole, swaying. Listen, gorilla, do you have another drink or smoke? Leaned on Sasuke's raikage, you haven't eaten at all. There is. The raikage replied, but I won't give it to you, become a Hokage and then we swell up. Added, hey, okay. Sasuke muttered, and collapsed on the floor, falling asleep. In 2 days, I'm home. I shouted, but there was no response. Going into the hallway, I saw a letter on the table that read, forgive me Naruto, I am not being married off by my will, but I have no choice, find yourself someone who will love you like me, remember, I love you and I will love you, forget me. I didn't read any further, I burned the letter in a red flame. After telling the raikage that I would not leave for long, I left the cloud, having created wings, I flew towards Tokyo, and only then to the Yokai Academy and finally to Acacia Castle. Acacia Castle. So that's what you look like. A guy with blonde hair held out, I'll make you my dog, you'll be my whore. The guy lifted Moki's chin. Moka bared her teeth like Naruto and hit him in the stomach, knocking the guy out of the room. The guy crashed into the wall, spitting blood. Bitch, I'll show you your place. Said the guy. Shido. Issa said in a sepulchral voice. Yes, Issa herself. Shido got down on one knee. Soon someone will come who you will have to kill, and then you will get my daughter's hand. Issa hissed, but Shido didn't care about the words of one of the demon lords. In a couple of hours I was almost there, feeling Moki's aura, and someone was next to her. I rushed to the castle, increasing the flow of chakra. A black chakra surrounds me, and I fly with a roar and a hiss at great speed to the castle where the Moka was. Moki's room. Well, are you ready to become a dog? He grabbed Shido Moka by the arm. Shido's hand was intercepted. There was a guy in the room with long blonde hair below his back. The guy shone with purple eyes with a vertical pupil. 1-2. I said, breaking the guy's arm while continuing to squeeze the broken stump. He let out a cry of pain, kicking him with my foot, kicking down the door with it. I hold his hand, which broke away from my grip when I kicked him in the stomach. Naruto? Moka was surprised. Fool. You thought that your letter would affect me, I knew that this would happen. I said as I left, be here, you shouldn't see this. I threw it last, the hand is a bitch. You'll pay. Shouted Shido, shall we have some fun, baby? I grabbed him with a scolopendra by the torso, squeezing. A scream went through the castle, and my smile widened. Weakling. Ahahahaha. I laughed. Freak, let my son go. A man of about 30 years old shouted, shut up or I'll kill you. I'm in a good mood, which is bad for all of you. I looked at the elder's guards, although, I'll kill everyone. I smiled. The elder was seized by a pitch-black scolopendra, which carried him away from the castle. A guard of 20 low-ranking vampires rushed at me. Futon blade of death. I said without folding the seals. 20 vampires were mowed down like grass. What a monster. Moki's stepsister shouted to Karua, interesting kid. Gyakuro said, creepy guy. Akua said, everyone noticed Akashia's crazy smile and got scared. Shido's scream was still echoing through the castle. And you are strong, let's check how much. I said, letting go of Shido and grabbing his head, driving it into the tile floor. Once, twice, 3, 10, ha does not beat. I smiled that I lean his head against the wall and start running, wiping the vampire's head like sandpaper. Having thrown the vampire's body, which was without a head, it was devoured by a scolopendra. That's it, who's next? I turned to face everyone. Ahahahahaha. Ahahahaha. You're definitely Kushina's son. Oh, I can't. Acacia clutched her stomach. Moka was not surprised when she saw the bloodbath. Approaching Naruto, she bit into his lips. Sorry about that. Moka pulled away. It's okay. I answered, stroking her head. There was a click of a finger, and all the blood disappeared. Issa got up from his chair and came over to me. Yeah, I shouldn't have agreed to the elder's proposal. Issa said. Normally Issa let off steam at the same time. I replied by activating Rinnegan. Gakuro, Akua, Karua were surprised. Rinnegan? You can resurrect them. Acacia said suddenly. What do you mean? I asked. I have bodies, Minato and Kushina and Naruto. I assumed that you would awaken or take away these eyes. Acacia stunned me. And no, I didn't open the graves. This is their chakra, from which you will resurrect them. Acacia explained. So that's why you took my chakra for analysis? I asked. Yes, your parents left a piece of chakra in you, and your sister literally left her soul in you. Acacia replied. That my eyes widened. I agree. I answered that in an hour, the altar, Rinna Tenro. I said. 2 bodies lit up in blue. A blue chakra came out of me, similar to an adult girl of 18 years old. In a moment, 2 bodies and 1 soul found a shell. Where are we? Kushina asked. Minato? The red-haired woman was surprised. Mom, Dad? Naruto asked. That I lost consciousness, collapsed on the tiled floor. A trickle of blood flowed from my mouth. Naruto! Moka shouted, running up to me. Brother! Naruto shouted, rushing to Naruto. Kurama turned out to be the first to Naruto, who got out of the seal and began to pour his chakra. In 5 days, Naruto was sitting next to her brother's bed. Naruto's fingernails were gnawed. She was worried about her brother. Naruto, the fact that you're sitting next to him, he won't wake up faster from this. Moka said. Moka, I don't care, I'll be waiting. Naruto answered. And I hear everything, and I'm very angry. I said, opening my eyes, getting up and sitting on the windowsill, and opening the window. I lit a cigarette. How are you feeling, Naru? Moka asked. It's fine. I replied, remembering a meeting with one type. Flashback. Here you are, Naruto. Said a guy with brown hair and gray Rinnegan in his eyes. Who are you? I asked. Indra Otsutsuki. Indra replied. You're my reincarnation. Added Indra. That's how. Am I dead? I asked. No, you're unconscious, just the right moment to give you my gift. Indra said. A gift? I asked again. Immortality, so that you would live happily. Indra smiled. Before I could say anything, Indra's hand touched my forehead. I felt a pain in my head and a surge of strength. That's all. If you need help, I will help. Indra smiled as he disappeared. Thanks. I answered into the void. Eden flashback. Why are your eyes ordinary? Moka asked. And this? I pointed to my sky blue eyes. I can change my eyes to Sharingan, Mangekyo Sharingan, Rinnegan, and higher Rinnegan like Indra. That's how. Moka said. After summoning Keed, I gave her instructions to train Naruto. When the time came, when I met my father and mother, I burst into tears for the first time as a child. So the Acacia and Uzumaki family started and lived happily in the vampire castle. That's the end of it.